I'm going to start.
That's good. Well, I had a whole intro planned and everything.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We're talking
your
about
intro.
We're talking about Animal Crossing Ribbon Fish.
Are you going to get to do your intro at some point?
If it's going to take away from your...
Sorry.
Well, life on the farm and kind of laid back. Country boy.
Are they knocking at us?
No.
Okay.
They just walk loud.
That's how they walk?
Yes.
That's the loudest thing in the
there's kids
world.
up there. I think they have children.
Welcome to Doodle Day. Welcome to Doodle Day. With Trent. Hello, Savannah.
Hey.
And Emmy.
Howdy.
My new roommate.
Howdy.
How nice.
Yes.
Our special guest for today.
New location. Good internet. It's holding up.
It's good internet.
Good. We bought it very much with your streaming in mind. Sorry, I was very far from the microphone.
That's right. No, you're good.
That's very sweet of you to consider that.
Yeah, the router
We're
is
thinking about you. so
MLG.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
The way that you grabbed it just now. You just grabbed the whole stand. I was like...
Firmly grab. Oh, you're right. I don't have to move the whole thing. Sorry. I'm like a caveman.
So Dogecoin is up. We love to see it.
Oh, thank God.
It's up to 39. Yeah. Oh, thank God. Right.
It's up to 39. Hey.
Yeah.
You probably already know this, but for the rest of you Dogecoin fans out there, I have great news. I invested in Dogecoin.
Hey.
And I'll probably be making a profit soon.
No, you already are because you bought it at 32.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm making a profit.
Yeah. You're in good shape.
Well, what do you know?
I know
at
how
that.
cryptocurrency works.
I don't know.
Elon Musk and destroying the environment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
NFTs.
What is an
Here's what
NFT?
we're talking about. There it is.
What's an NFT?
What is an NFT?
Well, isn't it kind of like, it's kind of like if you saw like the Mona Lisa and
What?
you were like, well, let me finish.
What?
You saw the Mona Lisa and you're like, I want to own that. And some random guy was like, I can sell you that. And you're like, sure, I'll buy the Mona Lisa from you. And you give him the money and he's like, here's a piece of paper that says you own the Mona Lisa.
So it's a scam, essentially, but technically not.
It's like a star. It's like when you buy a star. It's like, yeah, you own that star.
I don't know.
It's like
I don't,
everyone else
don't
owns
listen
that
to me.
star.
I don't know anything about cryptocurrency or NFTs. This was an explanation I saw from someone on like Reddit, I think. So
My boss told me to invest in cryptocurrency. My band director boss was like, listen, you're going to regret it.
listen,
I was
dude.
like, can we teach kids, please?
He is teaching the kid right now. He's teaching you
me. I was getting schooled.
how to have a future.
I had to pack a lunch because I was getting schooled.
Can you draw if Dogecoin was an e-girl?
Oh, that's very,
That's kind of complicated,
very
but I can do it.
esoteric and complicated.
Let's see. What kind of traits would Doge have as an e-girl?
I mean, ever since you switched your major to English, you've been throwing out words that are just way over my head.
What, like esoteric?
Yeah.
Sounds like,
You know what? I've always had these words inside of me. They just
ew. Where were they?
Oh, that's
Where
they
did
were
you keep them?
oppressed.
Oppressed.
Where did I keep them?
Yeah.
My left knee pit. That's where they've been.
Feels like Pretty Little Liars for some reason. The vibe that you just gave off saying that they were deep inside of you and they were oppressed.
I wish I knew anything about Pretty Little Liars.
I know nothing about.
Other
I
than that,
watched a
there's
few
some guy
episodes.
named A or something like that. Is
I
that
thought it was a
right?
girl.
Is it the Scarlet Letter, but just
Pretty
modern?
much.
Is it actually?
What's a trait of an e-girl? Like, what do they do?
Navigate carefully.
Are you gonna look up e-girl?
Not here.
Alexa.
I need someone
Do
else to
that.
look it up for me. I just need to look at what an e-girl looks
You need
like.
the little like something under the eyes, like black tears or something, and then they have to make
Tears?
doing.
What made
that
them so
face.
sad?
They draw stuff on their faces.
Why are they so
I don't know.
sad?
I'm not an e-girl. I wish I was. God, I wish I was. But Jack.
Oh, cool. Okay, so they got like this like
You're
bang
like
haircut.
We're like Joe Rogan, and you're
Oh,
the
yep.
Jamie, the Jamie from Joe Rogan.
Jamie, pull that up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jamie, have you seen that video of that deer getting hit by the car?
Yeah.
Can you pull that up, please?
Putting a monetary value on human life. Oh, it's crazy.
I just think that wearing a mask makes you less of a man. I'm just gonna say it.
Did you say that?
Joe
Who said
Rogan
that?
said that.
Rogan said
What?
that. Yep.
Seriously? He's being real?
Yeah,
Kind of.
I think. I don't know. Again, I'm not a Joe Rogan expert. I would like to. That's part of my personality. Hashtag disclaimer. I am not a Joe Rogan expert.
You know, I've done extensive research on Joe Rogan, and it's not an exact science. It's it's very convoluted, and I don't think there are any right answers.
It's being like a dude bro, doing martial arts and doing like shrooms.
And DMT.
DMT.
Yep.
That's, yeah.
Those are not what I associate with dude bro, but
Speaking of DM, nah.
Speaking of DMT,
No, but I will just substance in general. I was at Walmart today, and
trying to buy shrooms.
hang on,
okay.
don't worry. I was at Walmart today, buying new apartment supplies. Since we here,
We here.
And I was in the parking lot, and I'm getting in the car, and my door handle on the inside is broken, and so every time I have to roll up and roll down my
You have to break the window
Yeah.
and then
yeah, I have
and then
to.
patch it up.
I'm running out of trash bags. it's not good. But so my window's down because of this.
Wait, so you're telling me you climb out the window?
No, so on the interior it's broken.
Oh,
yeah, and so I
okay.
have to roll down my window like an idiot and reach outside.
For some reason,
and-
I see if I was you and my door was broken, I would be climbing out of my window because I would be too stupid to realize I could open the door from the outside because that's what I assumed you were doing when you said you opened the window. Sorry, please continue. I didn't
you're
mean
good.
to interrupt you with my stupidity.
No, it's all we're all fine and dandy. Gosh, I just can't believe so my window's down and there's this man, older gentleman, pushing a shopping cart, and I hear him go, "Ah." He sighs like the weight of the world is on this man's shoulders,
God.
and I'm like, I can't wait to see what's in this man's cart.
What wisdom can he impart upon you?
He had like 8 bottles of Moscato, like the same wine.
A sweet wine.
Yeah.
For a sweet man.
Yeah. He had a ponytail, gray hair, and a very, very desperate sigh.
Oh.
And, it was okay. It was good. Saw that. Came home. Wished I hadn't. And that
Wished you had.
that was it. Here
Do
we
you
are.
wish that any part of you had gone up to him, been like, "Hey, man, you know what? Life is good.
Why you got so much
You got
wine on you?
you got a ponytail. You got some Moscato. It's gonna be all right, you know."
No. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. My window was already rolled up. Like, it was on the way to roll it up. So if I had to, I'd have to, reach outside of my door and walk all the way over to him. My car's running at this point. It's commitment. The e-girl's coming along.
Can we talk about? Can we make sure that people know that this is a request that I got to make Doge?
Can we make
as an
sure that
e-girl?
people know this is a furry?
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. I
It
promise.
is.
I am not drawing from my free will. I realized about halfway through, I was like, hold on.
Your hands are being controlled by someone
like,
else.
Hold on. Hold
You're
on.
merely a puppet for the arts.
One moment. Hold on.
May have to change this. This is not calcifer. And so,
What?
Calcifer? What about him?
what? Oh man, what movie was Calcifer from, or TV series?
Oh, it was from a. Calcifer was from a. Is it a Studio Ghibli movie?
I think it's Jimmy.
I don't know who we're talking about.
Calcifer is a fire.
Jamie, pull that up. Oh, he's gone.
Jamie, come back! No, Jamie. Hey, Jamie. Can you pull? I don't know who Calcifer is. Can you look that up, please?
It's very nice. It's a very beautiful drawing.
She looks great. Right now, she looks like a Five Nights at
Yes.
Freddy's.
That's
Kinda
kind
thing.
of.
Oh, I do know what that is. Yeah.
Yeah, Calcifer.
Yeah. Is that Howl's Moving Castle, I believe?
Maybe. Something like that.
Jamie is telling me I was correct.
I'm a mute.
You know.
What?
I don't have the ability to talk.
That's good.
It was taken from you. That's what we do. We cast a spell before we do this, where anyone watching.
What?
Oh,
My rabbit threw my
Frodo?
switch onto the floor.
he said, "I am angry," and now you obey.
He's always angry. He's angry that he can't piss on the couch.
You had I close the door to your bedroom.
Oh, he wants to go in my room and pee on the bed.
He's Drake.
He's what?
He's Drake.
He just flipped this.
Oh,
Look.
Good stream, everybody.
Yeah.
So speaking of Frodo,
Yes.
I haven't told you this story yet. I told Savannah, and I was humiliated. Like you saw it happen, but I don't think like you understood what like fully happened. So this is just as a general story. So I come in to drop off some stuff, and I get to see Emmy's rabbit, Frodo. Love that guy. And I come in.
I hate him.
Yeah. And he's he's just hopping around doing his thing. Yeah. He's like, I know you talk about
Right
me.
now, he looks like a chocolate Easter bunny. At the moment.
it's kind of scary how strikingly similar chocolate bunnies look to real rabbits.
Oh.
I'm always like, oh yeah,
Oh.
Oh no.
oh yeah, I guess.
So, I'm focused on Frodo, and I hear the fridge open behind me, and I turn around and look, and Emmy has a box of strawberries to snack on, and she's heading towards me, and she looks at
Raspberries.
it. Hold on. So she walks towards me, and she goes, "Hey, do you want to give Frodo a raspberry?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Sure." And my brain didn't stop to think,
Oh.
those are raspberries that you have in your hand. Those are strawberries. So I bent down and I gripped Frodo like a dumbbell. No,
Like
not like
a
a dumbbell. That's
dumbbell.
not how you grab
What?
a dumbbell. It's like a crab ready to pinch its prey. That's not what that is.
Hints.
So I grab Frodo and I just go, and then I prep to do the raspberry, and I do it a little bit. It's like a half raspberry. It's like a raspberry seed. And I look up and I realize that Emmy is handing me a raspberry. And
Yes.
they weren't strawberries. They were raspberries.
Oh, I understand now. Okay.
Yeah.
You thought I was holding strawberries.
I was fully convinced you were holding strawberries. at the time.
Understood.
Yeah.
I understand now. Well, I'm sure he would have enjoyed it if you had given him a raspberry on his back.
He might have bitten you or something.
No.
He'd been
he
like,
doesn't. He only bites me when I pick him up, and he gets pissed at me for giving him the attention that he begs me for. That's it. Everyone right now is turned around watching him play with his toy that he ripped off of his wooden table. He has a little wooden table that the toys hang from, and he's ripped all of them out except one.
I'm sorry, this is the ugliest.
What is
hand.
happening?
It's the ugliest hand I've ever drawn.
It looks like a
To start
Five Nights
over.
at Freddy's animatronic.
It does. I have to try and fix it.
Renee's with us.
Renee!
Scout and her were choosing outfits for a softball banquet.
Aw.
Yay.
I'm so excited for softball.
So excited for softball banquet. I wonder.
I can't wait for the murder part
Wait,
at the end of the night.
Wait, hold on. I didn't hear about that.
we
part.
discussed this.
Oh, I guess I missed
That
it.
we have a long night of a long hedonistic night, and we end it with a gruesome yet humorous. Murder.
Gratifying. Kind of gratifying. I can't look at this anymore. I'm sorry. Continue. Let me see if I can. It kind of works by tilting it a little bit.
wow.
Kind of fixes
Hands
it.
on the hip.
Just, sometimes you just gotta experiment. See if you can fix it somehow.
Straight out of the gate, very ambitious.
Yeah, this is a lot. I feel like I'm watching
A surgery?
like Drawfee.
Feels like a surgery. Drawfee? What's
Yeah,
Drawfee?
it's a YouTube channel where they basically do exactly this, but all of them are artists and they draw things and talk about it.
I'm
while
sorry I
they draw
didn't know who
things.
you were.
Yeah.
You would like it. You would like it a lot.
I bet I
think.
would.
I think you would. That's what this reminds me of.
I used to watch I don't remember who did it. Probably Ego Raptor.
Doodle dudes.
Yeah, Doodle Dudes.
Mhm.
Where they would
Ego
like sit
Raptor and
and they'd have like a minute to draw
Ross.
something.
yeah,
Yeah.
into SpongeBob or King of the Hill or something.
You and I did that in the dorm last year.
We
For
did.
fun.
I still have those somewhere.
Aw.
That was pretty fun.
That was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah.
Renee, if you have any suggestions, we're a little low on those right now. So
I could throw them out right now.
Oh, yeah.
I want.
Amy can hammer them out too. but-
Yeah. After this one, can you do Bobby Hill but as Aang from Avatar?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
I can do that. That sounds like a lot of fun. Renee, if you didn't join us in time to know what this is, it's Dogecoin as an equal. It's not what people think it might be.
How are you going to indicate the coin part?
I don't know. Well, it's Doge. Mm-hmm. So I'll probably put it on the shirt.
Diamond hands.
Diamond
And
sword.
Helmet, like an astronaut helmet for when you go to the moon.
Do you like my sword, my diamond sword?
Throwback. Wow. Golly. I feel like I'm
Golly.
surviving on Hot Pockets.
Golly.
Golly.
6 a.m. and already the boy ain't right.
What's that sound from that episode that y'all were talking about where he jumps out and he's like,
Oh, it's the one
It's
with...
Luann and Bobby, and they're sweeping the house because they think, isn't there a party or something?
There's like...
that
They're
they
trying
I
to
think
throw a
there's
party.
a surprise
Yeah.
Yeah.
or something.
Surprise! That one?
That's my purse. I don't know you.
That's my purse. I love Bobby Hill.
Such a brilliant character.
Yeah,
It's like
Truly.
truly. Very versatile. I love the episode where he like buys an expensive suit or something like that. And then he like suddenly thinks he's like stereotypical like rich Southern.
Yeah, Rich Southern. He was gifted a suit by this very rich, wealthy man from.
I feel like I remember this.
Yeah.
They go to Louisiana
Yeah,
and
they go to
see
Louisiana.
Bill's family.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's Bill's family?
Yes.
I haven't
'Cause
seen that.
They're going somewhere to throw a football into a beer can and win $100,000 or something like that.
Lit.
Lit.
I've seen the highlights from that episode, and one of the highlights was Bobby was outside, and it was very hot outside, and they were all loading up to get in the car, and Bobby comes out in this very swank suit, and
It's like satin, right? Or something
yeah,
like
it's
that.
like it's satin, very very nice suit, and he takes off his hat and he goes, "Ma."
This flower is wilted.
This flower is wilting.
It was like
He says, "Someone fetch me a water, because this flower is wilting."
I thought it was a lemonade. Somebody fetch me. You might be right. It's probably a water.
Lemonade.
Somebody fetch me a water, cause this flower is wilted.
And it pans.
Lordy.
It cuts to Hank, and it's just his face, and he goes, "Oh God."
It's like we gotta get out of here.
I'm going to kick your ass.
3 p.m. and that boy still ain't right.
3 p.m.
You're a loser.
Oh man.
That's probably. I didn't realize that. I wonder how thinking about how King of the Hill ended makes me think about how because eventually Family Guy will have to come to an end too.
Please.
No.
Eventually, at some point.
Do you think we'll live to see that day?
I
Or do you
don't
think
know.
that'll be a day for our grandchildren?
Do you think they'll pass it on to someone afterwards? They'll bestow it upon someone else.
Bestow it? Maybe. Maybe they'll give it to Elon Musk.
Oh.
What about do you think Family Guy or The Simpsons will die first?
I think Family Guy will die first. I think The
Uh-huh.
Simpsons will die shortly after. And I don't think it'll be
Probably.
because... I don't know. I don't think it'll be because they're unpopular anymore. I think it'll be because at that point, like, TV as we know it is a dying industry.
Are they not unpopular though?
They're pretty... I mean, I don't like Family Guy. I like The Simpsons, but I don't like Family Guy.
Very valid question in the chat. Addressed it a couple times, but it needs to be reinstated. We're not furries.
Speak for yourself,
Yeah.
Trent. I'm kidding. I'm not a furry. Disclaimer.
Yeah.
Not an expert on Joe Rogan, comma, not a furry.
It can be argued that Family Guy is already dead. too.
That's true.
It could be argued that Family Guy died when Seth MacFarlane stopped working on it because he does not work on it anymore. And neither
Really?
does Matt Groening does not work on The Simpsons anymore either. So it's the ship of Theseus of cartoons.
It really is. Wow, full circle.
Is it really still Family Guy if Seth MacFarlane... I don't know if he does voices for it anymore, but he does not write for it.
Wow.
I wonder why.
Because he was tired of doing it,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
There comes a certain point where it just gets kind of... It's
run its
die
course.
hero or
Yeah.
like live long enough to...
Yeah, and they certainly
Yeah.
are becoming a villain.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I haven't seen most of their... I think the first time I saw Family Guy, I wasn't allowed to watch it growing up. I
Me
should say
neither.
that. I had friends... This was during TMEA. My family left me at the hotel to go see... They were going to go to a barbecue because usually at TMEA, I don't know if this happened last year, TMEA and TCDA, they have this tradition where there's like this church service that people go to, and then there's a barbecue that happens after the church service, or maybe this is a day after, but it's in that order. I know that for a fact. And usually they have a comedian that they hire to go to the barbecue.
Is it a Christian comedian?
The first time it was.
Oh man.
The second
You don't
time
wanna
it was
see
not.
Christian comedy.
If you know Tim Hawkins, if you're
No.
familiar
He's
with
not
him,
bad.
he's not bad. And they hired him. I think the first time they did it, they hired him back when it would be like super cheap to hire him because he was sort of new. But he was really like, if you're into Christian comedy, that's not like in your face offensive or anything like that, or it doesn't like prioritize Christians over the other people. Tim Hawkins is a great way to go. But he was there. This was a year that I didn't go to the barbecue. I think I might have been too young. But my family went, and they left me with my best friend at the time. We were in an apartment together, or not an apartment. We were in a hotel together, waiting for them to get back, and we were watching something. It might have been PBS Kids, and my best friend comes in after a shower and goes, "This is boring," and changes it to Family Guy. And I remember what episode it was because it's the episode where Peter has a stroke.
That's a hard thing to get out of your mind.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, this is So this is Family Guy.
Mm-hmm.
Heard a lot about you, and I had. But that was the first time I'd ever experienced it.
I was really hoping you were gonna say that you were watching PBS Kids, and they're like, next up after Word Girl, Family Guy. Like, what?
Lemon, if you're still with us, we're a group of 3 friends, one of which who's drawing what the chat tells us to, and we're just shooting the breeze, hanging out. So,
And we're not furries.
Who is this?
and we're not furries. Individual named Lemony Lifehacker hanging out.
Hi,
Hello.
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 Welcome. It is great to have you. If you have any drawing requests, you're more than welcome to submit them. We sort of do whatever here. Usually the people we know in real life are on, and they sort of submit, or one of these lovely individuals that I'm talking to right now will tell me what to draw. Right now, you should know, this is, they requested for me to draw a Dogecoin as an e-girl, so I'm working my way to that. I know that it sort of, like, as I was drawing the framework for it, I was like, oh.
Very ambitious, too.
Yeah.
Takes a
Little
quite a
while.
You know what? I kind of think we should own it. Yeah. This is a furry creature on the screen, and I'm not ashamed of that.
You're not the one drawing it. Oh, man. There we go.
Wow.
That doesn't look too bad.
No, it's
It
very
looks great.
Very
Doesn't
well
look
done.
too bad. It won't take me long to do the rest of this. What was the next thing that we were supposed to do?
Bobby Hill as
Bobby
Aang.
Hill as Aang. That's right. Bobby Hill. Growing up, what was your favorite cartoon show?
Chowder.
Chowder? Really?
Chowder was killing.
It was for me. It was probably Chowder.
I wasn't allowed to watch Chowder.
Chowder, Flapjack, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Renee was
That's why
talking
you're
to
so
me
cool.
about...
What? Because I liked
All the
Cartoon
cool
Network.
shows. Yeah, growing up, it was Cartoon Network. What was Renee talking to you about?
About Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
It hit.
Yeah.
It was so
I did.
good.
I remember the day it ended. I cried. I was probably like 9.
How did it end?
I don't remember.
No, no spoilers.
I remember. I think it ends with Mac being like, "I'm not gonna come visit you here anymore, Blue, because I'm growing up." Oh no, they move. I think they move, and they can't take Blue with them.
Why can't they take Blue?
I don't
He's
know.
imaginary.
Dude, I don't know. He's got to grow up, man. That's the moral. You got to grow up.
That's
Can't
so
take your
sad.
imaginary friends with you for your whole life, you know?
And then Mac grew up and joined a softball team. And here we are.
And here we are. Without an imaginary friend on our team.
Renee's hype about Foster's for Imaginary.
Good.
As you should be.
There was a movie. The movie was great.
The movie was great. What's the movie about? I'd ask a lot of questions because there's so many interesting shows that I've heard about, but I was never allowed to watch.
I think you would have liked this show. I can't remember the majority of it, if I'm honest.
Childhood was a long time ago.
It really was. But I do remember enjoying it a lot. I really like the concept still as an adult. I think that's a fantastic concept. Like somewhere for your imaginary friends to go.
It's
When you're
cute
done
and it's
with them.
fun.
Yeah.
And it's, there are a lot of, I think that there are a lot of shows that, parents will wave off and be like, oh, you shouldn't watch it because it'll do this, it'll do this. But like, in reality, there's a lot of like interesting concepts that are taught during that show, even if it covers like really wacky things, or like my parents' big argument for shows like that was like, the parents aren't present. You can't watch shows where the parents aren't present.
Really?
Wow.
There were parents. Mac had a mom.
There was also, that's the reason I couldn't watch Disney Channel too, because the parents were what they considered to be dumb. Like they were like, you can't watch shows, you can't watch children pretend to be adults when their parents aren't doing it. And I was like, well, that's kind of crazy thinking about that now, because that's like a lot of children did that. And there was a point in my life where like I was my own parent because my parents were never home. I was a latchkey kid for like 6 years.
Yeah.
Renee asked if the movie was about finding Wilt's creator.
No, maybe? I don't know. They introduced a new character, and she was imaginary, but she was like a villain. And it was like a weird
Ooh.
yellow lady with a weird nose and like a Cruella de Vil
Me too.
like type thing going on.
Yeah.
I think Jamie, oh, never mind. I thought Jamie was looking it up for a second.
Jamie's playing League of Legends on his phone.
Not sponsored. But
Hashtag not spawn.
Hashtag Wild Rift.
yeah.
What was did your parents let you watch SpongeBob?
They said that it would rot my brain.
Right.
They also said that, I don't know, I think they might have thought SpongeBob was a child.
SpongeBob is indeed a man.
But he was a
Yeah.
full adult.
He was a full
He worked
adult.
a job. I think she didn't like the idea of, oh, that elbow is
A
not
talking sponge.
proportionate. No, I think she didn't like the idea of the fact that like SpongeBob was content with his like burger flipping job. But that's such a horrible thing to say.
Yeah.
And maybe that's not the truth. Maybe they didn't even think about that, but that's just sort of like how it came off. That, and they also thought like they just thought he wasn't smart, and they didn't like the decisions that he made. And that was also kind of like, it's a kid's show, it's just,
I feel
it's
like,
disappointing.
but in these shows, when characters make dumb decisions, well, at least in SpongeBob, I think a majority of the time they learn their lesson.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I
like the hook episode, they learn their lesson.
They learn their lesson.
About sitting on the hooks. I wasn't allowed to watch SpongeBob for a brief period of time because they said the word stupid.
That's also a part of it.
Yeah.
There's also the fact that like I grew up with younger siblings. I was the oldest child of 2, which means that a lot of the time what I was watched was limited to what they could watch, which is really interesting because times sure have changed for them, I guess. I'm not going to follow that, actually. I'm going to do this. Yeah. Sorry. I remember very distinctly that I wasn't allowed to watch SpongeBob, but recently I went home and they were like talking about SpongeBob the musical
Yeah.
with Ben, and I was like,
What changed?
what?
What
What do you mean that he got to watch SpongeBob the musical and I
Maybe
had
they don't
to
say stupid in SpongeBob the musical.
I had to get picked on by other children my age? That looks horrible.
This will be my last point about this because I haven't let Trent say anything in a while.
I'm
But
brewing on something. It's just
I would be genuinely curious to know how many kids were not allowed to watch SpongeBob because Sandy wore a bra. Because Sandy didn't wear clothes. She was too sexy. Maybe we are furries.
Yeah, I was like, this is not helping that argument at all.
That's all right.
Maybe he is kind of dumb. He's not bright. I mean, I've met a lot of people with their driver's license that you know, I wouldn't trust watching my goldfish.
Right.
And
He raised a clam by himself.
He did.
hmm,
The guy with the coconut.
There's so many good. It's just it's so interesting to see about SpongeBob. It's so interesting to see like the voice acting because like it's just so funny and genuine.
Yeah.
Like so many things sound scripted,
Yeah.
and like when you hear Patrick like dying in that one episode where he's like and he's like coughing. Yeah, it's just like so funny and genuine. Like if I had been a kid, like I can't imagine not like losing my mind at that because it's so funny.
Yeah.
Patrick has a yell that's very iconic and a big part of. Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it.
Whoever is the owner of the white sedan, you left your lights on.
That's it.
Oh, it's so funny. I wish that I saw a few episodes of SpongeBob growing up because, you know, it's unavoidable.
Right.
Because people turned it on at sleepovers and things like that, and I just regret being the kid that left the room. Oh my god. That's so funny.
Imagine. We're gonna get copyright striked. We're gonna get copy striked by Bill Fagerbaki. That's the voice actor's name for Patrick. Whoever's the owner of
Such
the
a-
white sedan.
Such a work of art.
For
I
real.
saw the TikTok. I think somebody sent it to me. It must have been either Renee or Scout sent it to me. There's a girl who does the side character fish voice really well. Like, oh brother, this guy stinks.
This guy, big meaty claws.
That's another one. So good.
I've always been very inspired by, like, Tom Kenny, like, to get into voice acting.
Yeah.
I think it's something I've thought about a lot. Something that I'll probably never end up doing.
You should. You should in some way, shape,
I
or
have
form.
no idea how to get it. I mean, it's a very, very much a, like, you know, just get started, just do it, put your stuff out there and see what happens.
You know, I sort of looked into where to start into, like, if I was to do that, because I don't.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at
Jamie,
Jamie.
yeah.
Jamie his cookie cake.
Oh, that's good. Probably start on, because, you know, Fiverr is a really big thing, or even
yeah.
Facebook Marketplace.
That's true.
I can give you a Hank Hill impression for 25 cents.
Yeah. Yeah, even not that much. Start pretty low, but still just making money from something that you enjoy and have fun doing is pretty inspiring.
Yeah.
So, and it can maybe sort of inspire you to look into that further.
Yeah.
So Fiverr's good.
I will actually look into that.
You should just do that thing that Trent did forever ago, the Jason Funderburger impression, like being like,
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Give me something
get on
to say.
Twitter. Yeah, one of those will go viral, and everybody will start asking you like, what else you
Maybe.
can do. Yeah.
What is something? Do you remember what? I wish I could remember what I asked you to say in your Jason Funderburger.
It was something.
I remember I did one that was like, poggers.
I think
I
maybe
feel like that may have been what I asked you to say.
I'm gonna research it. I
Shadow the Hedgehog bitches.
Let's see. I'm almost done. I just got to draw this girl, Doc Martens.
She looks great.
Come on, Doc Martens. Come on, Doc Martens.
Come on, Doc.
Come on, Doc.
What's up, Doc?
Doc Hudson. Sorry. Just jump in at this point. Doc Hudson.
Is this the part of the stream where we sing Shaboom? Savannah, I've been meaning to ask you, have you ever seen the 1980 movie starring Tim Curry, Clue?
No.
Okay. I was just wondering. There is a scene where they use Shaboom. It's fantastic.
I love Shaboom.
Yeah, it's a great movie. I do suggest it.
Get you.
I think you would like it a lot. It's a great movie.
I should watch it.
It's literally based on the
board game?
the board game Clue. Yeah.
You know who I used to play for the board game Clue?
Colonel Mustard.
How did you know?
I don't know, you give me Colonel Mustard vibes.
How'd you know I used to play Colonel Mustard?
you
know
chose
it.
wait, you chose Colonel Mustard over the car?
What? Huh? The car?
Hey Jamie, could you give me a Dr. Pepper?
Is there a car?
Pull that up. Wait.
Jamie,
oh,
can you pull up a Dr. Pepper for me?
Sorry. Monopoly.
No, I'm not talking about Monopoly. I'm talking about Clue. We played Monopoly when I went to Trent's for New Year's. I played with his sister Marley. I wish Marley was on right now.
Thank you.
Keep it on your right side. It's going to be fuzzing on the mic the whole time.
Okay, thank you. I always played as the Moneybags in Monopoly.
In Monopoly, I played as the
The iron.
I played as the dog.
Oh,
Or
yeah. I played as the dog a lot.
I played as in Disney's Monopoly, I played as Remy.
I have not played. I'm
Sully.
not well versed in my Monopoly variations.
Sully, Nemo,
Okay.
Remy is an option.
Doc Hudson.
Doc Hudson and Lightning McQueen is an option.
Oh my god.
Doc Hudson is not. I would play as
Sad.
Doc Hudson. I would. Don't let anyone tell you different.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, some of these quotes were very, very good.
Do you want to recreate a couple of them here live?
Savannah asked me to recreate the man who scams SpongeBob and Patrick from the chocolate episode.
Oh.
I was born with. I remember I did this exact thing. I had to do like 3 takes because I kept cracking up because I think I'm so funny. I was born with glass bones and vapor skin.
Sounds like something you'd say.
Yeah.
Keep going, sorry.
Where every morning I break my legs, and every afternoon I break my arms. At night I lie awake in agony until my heart attacks, put me to sleep. Hey, Sarah.
Do you know that Gang Grumps bit that's like, my name's Laura?
Laura.
That's
Laura
exactly what you
Schmidt.
sound like.
Very-
Trent and I quote that to each other all the time. We used to-
Don't trust this apartment 23.
Amy, you requested
It hurts like when I eat Taco Bell too much late at night, and I wake up in the middle of the night and have to vom.
You'll wake up in the middle of the night and have to vom.
very good.
Just drawing a little. I'm almost done.
That means Bobby Hill
Here comes Bobby Hill.
is around the corner.
What other impressions can you do, Trent? What else you got?
Better.
Oh, all right.
But that's the only thing I can say.
Dang,
for the
Joe.
show.
Damn, son.
Um,
Hey,
I like the. Oh
Later.
man, I don't want to say I like the Family Guy
Later.
episode, but there's an episode where Joe thinks he died, but it's like a side cut, like
Oh, like a cutaway gag?
it's like a cutaway gag, like I don't know, Peter like hung, like strung, like tied him to the ceiling fan while he was sleeping. He was like, "I've died," and then like
I die.
Bonnie is like, "Joe, what are you doing up there?" And he's like, "Come join me, come join heaven."
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, I kind of feel that way sometimes.
Some of the shock jokes in that TV series are pretty good.
A few of
Not
them,
bad.
really get me.
Peter.
There's some really funny stuff. Peter.
Kinda.
I used to be able to do several other impressions, but they just They've slipped my mind.
Like what happened to them? What were they and what happened to
He's
them?
in oppressed.
I just can't remember.
Oh, is that Poppy? Meow.
We're in good shape.
Okay.
One and done.
One and done.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a shame because a lot of them, a couple of them were from Family Guy.
Ow, Peter.
There was the
What?
the
old man,
yeah,
the
old man,
pervert
the pervert,
guy?
Herbert.
Let's do a little circle real quick.
My problem is that I feel like I can do a few impressions, but then I can never think of anything to say.
Yeah.
Like I can't think of any lines from Herbert the pervert that I could bust out.
This one isn't good, but Savannah and I love to do it all the time. Like, spontaneously, we'll grab each other on the shoulders and we'll be like, Bart, I don't mean to alarm you, but there may be a boogeyman or a boogeyman in the house.
Bart, I don't do that. Marge.
I used to do. I've lost some of my higher register, like in my falsetto range, because I used to be able to get up there, but all this yelling has got me down. But I used to be able to do like an oh homie, but it slipped.
It's kind of loud. I
Yeah.
can't. That's the problem. I can do a great. I don't know if I've done my Dora for you guys.
You haven't
I've
done
not-
Dora.
Have
You
I
have
not?
Dora?
You have done Dora for us, but you haven't done it for the...
The only issue is that it's loud. That's my thing.
Hold on.
Screaming.
Oh,
well, I
really?
don't want to like. I mean, I could back away from the mic. I just don't want to. Let me see if I can maybe do it.
Hold on, wait. I'll turn down our headphones. Too. Go for it.
Cool. Hola, soy Dora.
Oh my god! I've never heard you do that
Really?
before.
No, yeah.
You used to do that during, like, GB.
Right. I think the first people I did it for was Lauren and Ben. They were driving me somewhere. I don't remember why.
At one point, I think last year, you were like, do you see my dot?
Man, I was funny. I don't even remember.
It's like, oh.
Can you help me find my dot? I probably did say that. That sounds like something I would say. I feel like there are a lot of... I wish we had written down everything that we ever said to each other in GB, because I feel like there are a lot of good things.
My favorite running joke was our twin children,
Ligma and Sugma.
Ligma and Sugma,
Right.
and one of them was very handsome and had all of our best traits, and the other one we just gave our
The
worst
one had your
traits to.
IBS.
The other one had my IBS.
Who was who?
Well, I think
It was a baby conceived
Ligma was-
between 4 women.
Ligma was the best and Sugma was the worst.
I think it was the other way around.
Oh, no, Sugma was the best and Ligma was the first.
Yeah.
But we had it between, we decided that it would have
Oh, it was 5 of us.
5 of us,
actually.
yeah. Lauren
Lily
was
in that group?
involved. Lily was not in the
No.
group.
Was this freshman year?
This was sophomore year.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was Amber. It was you. It was me. It was Alex. And it was,
And
I nearly said the last name.
Yeah.
I was like, and then Lauren. And we all decided that Sugma would have our best traits, all of
Yeah.
our best traits. Like, we were like, oh, she should have your eyes.
So-and-so's nose. I don't remember
then-
whose nose. Probably Lauren's
Ligma,
nose.
I was like, my IBS. All right.
Was Candace not in that group?
No. No, she was not. Don't say it.
Who? I don't even know.
Don't. Please don't say it. Who?
No. Cut the cameras, dead ass. I'm done.
Good straight. Oh my gosh, we got a drawing.
She's done.
I'm done, yeah.
Can you zoom in on that graphic
Can
tee?
she be Candace?
Yep.
Her name is Candace.
Trent, are you into fitness?
I'm in a cross fitness.
Fitness. Never mind.
Pizza in my mouth. Pizza.
Doge Candace.
There's Candace. There she
They're
is.
gonna be like, who's Candace? If you are saying who's Candace right now,
No.
just know.
No one is.
Doge Coindus.
I think about Candace. I think about Candace from Phineas and Ferb.
Mom, I'm the queen of Mars. I wasn't.
There are also impressions. Sorry to.
They're also
Right here.
impression.
There are also impressions that I just really, really wish I could do, and then I just can't. And I'll walk around on. It's bad because like, I haven't been alone for a very long time, like, out of earshot of people,
Right.
Because population density is so.
The
so
car,
sometimes,
man. The
yeah,
car is the
sometimes in the
best place.
car,
Yeah.
I'll go. Bury the platypus, and I'm trying to fine tune it. I can't get it.
Oh
and
my
it's
God.
so frustrating.
Yeah,
because I
Fine
know
tuning
it's in
impressions
there.
is the worst
That's
because
how
you
you-
have to listen to yourself fail
Yeah.
at it hundreds of
And
times.
the way that you fine tune it is by choosing a phrase and just like saying it over and over again.
Can I have a reference for
Later.
Bobby Hill, please? Can someone show me
A reference for Bobby Hill.
a reference for Bobby?
we need
What am
that
I
one
drawing
where
him
he's
as? Bobby is
Aang
who?
from Avatar.
That's right. Aang
Yeah.
from Avatar.
Well, and you know what too? I think I saw this in a TikTok from a guy who does impressions, and there's that guy who says, "I love it when you call me Senorita," but in different voices. So he's like, "I love it when you." I don't even know who that is.
I love it when
Yeah,
you
the
call
John
me
Mulaney.
Senorita.
Senorita. I like the Star Wars ones where he goes, "I love it when you call me Senorita." Or he goes, "I love it when you call me Senorita."
You sound like someone I used to know when you did that. I used to. I haven't told the nursery. You sound like the
Oh my
nursery woman.
gosh.
Who's that? Huh? I'm pulling out a memory from when you were
When I was a
7
child.
months old.
I was a child. Another Team EA story. So Team EA, I'm not sure if this is. I don't want to get sued by Team EA. I'm not sure if this is better now, but when I was young, I went to a conference with my parents because they worked. They were both educators, and certain educators have a specific conference that they can go to in February. And
never
Wait,
seen
can we
him.
get the one where he's got his pajama arms or like his shirt arms all
Oh,
like out? Do you know what I'm talking about? And he's dancing.
It's the GIF from our waiting screen.
Yes,
actually.
that's exactly what I'm thinking of. Actually, I think that would be appropriate.
so as I was saying, I would go every February because I was 3 and I would have to. And as I was doing this, I need to keep this with me.
Careful when you said it, because
I will be careful.
okay.
Perfect. So I would go, and my parents would do this thing all day. Like they'd go to different seminars and things like that, but they would leave me at this nursery.
Was it like conference sanctioned babysitting, or was it just completely separate?
I will not say, for my own sake,
Okay.
because both of them could sue me. What's wrong?
So, I'm not entirely sure if whenever I'm typing, if people can see it like letter for letter, or if I have to hit done for it to finalize. I had a Freudian slip just now, and I just wrote currently drawing Bobby Hill as e-girl.
That would have been good too.
Oh,
Dang.
I think it was off screen, but
Oh, Bobby Hill as e-girl.
yeah, we're in good shape. Sorry,
alright, so
continue. I love this story. It's one of my favorite stories.
So I will not say for my own sake because it could have been either, and
Okay.
no one would know the difference. But
Right.
I will just say that there is nursery work that is going on at the same time as this conference that we have been to.
Yes, correct.
So my parents dropped me off at this place, and they would do this every year. There were like 4 toys. There were 40 children, and there were 4 toys every year, and it was like fighting for scraps. Like
Dang.
it was I can tell you what toys they had. They had a dollhouse,
A stick.
they had a baby doll, they had a dog that was attached to like ducks that walked around. You know, like you carried it around, and it was like this, or it was on a string, and you rode it around, and it would be like, bow, 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 and the dog would be like, wait, 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 wait.
Oh, uh-huh.
And it had another one, and those are the only toys there were.
They could have
And-
taken the duck, separated the ducks and the dog. Then they would have
They
had a
had
few
more toys.
toys.
But they had this, and every year it was like fighting for these. It was like a bunch of 4-year-olds
Right.
tearing each other apart for these toys,
Like Lord of the Flies.
like Lord of the Flies style. Yeah,
Oh, spoilers. I'm reading that right now.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end of Lord of the Flies,
No.
they do fight over a dog on a string.
Oh.
They
right.
truly do.
Yeah.
But we would fight for these toys, and it was like the 5-year-olds would win, and then like some 4-year-old would like bite into this 5-year-old's arm and like break it.
Draw blood.
There was a lot of blood that was drawn. One year, some smart 9-year-old brought a laser pointer, and this isn't like the story. This is just an aside. One year, this like smart 9-year-old kid brought a laser pointer and like turned a whole bunch of kindergartners into like feral cats. Like with one swift motion, like all of us were like, and we would chase it around for hours. We were not allowed to go to the bathroom. There was no
What?
bathroom. You had to be taken down the hall in a line to go to the bathroom, and that was like they'd line the babies up too, like the children that couldn't walk.
March.
March.
Crawl in a line.
And they'd said, "Get your tushies to the bathroom," and they sounded just like you.
Get your tushy to the
Get your
bathroom.
tushies to the bathroom.
I am the Senate.
And then, and then we didn't have lunches. There was no lunches. We were in here for like nine hours.
So all these kids are sitting in there in their own excrement.
Yes.
And they're all starving.
They're all starving. We're all hungry and feral and mean to each other. And this woman would come in and she would give us, for snacks, she would give us Honey Nut Cheerios and Benadryl, I think. It tasted an awful lot like Benadryl. She'd be like, "Drink your juice. Make sure you drink it. Drink your juice. Get your tushy down and drink your juice right now." And so we would sit there, and then less than 30 minutes later, the mattresses would be out, and like they were all along the floor. And she'd turn off. She'd be like, "Go to sleep," and then she'd turn on Flubber.
You know, that's one of my favorite stories that you tell, and I always forget about Flubber.
It was always Flubber, or it was the Brave Little Toaster. And I can
How do
only
you fall
remember
asleep to the
Flubber.
Brave Little Toaster? That's a scary
You
movie.
don't.
That's a
You don't.
scary movie.
I remember I would cry to my mom every year. I'd be like, "Please don't make me go back. I'm
Don't
so
make me go
tired.
back to the
I don't want to go.
Flubber place."
I don't want to go back to the Flubber place. They fed us Honey Nut Cheerios, and there were also raisins, I should say, but they were like 4-year-old raisins. Like it was
The
nasty.
raisins were older than some of
Yeah,
the
the raisins were like 1998, and I was born in 1999 type thing, type beat. But I'm gonna.
Wow.
Wow.
It's just very. It's like, what else? There was.
Oh, that's the people above us flushing their toilet.
It's like, who was that?
Sorry. That's,
that's so
feces
funny.
rushing past us.
That's right. How many times do you think Amber's jury was ruined?
Oh my God! Why are they walking so loud?
Dude, I don't know.
That's so
I
funny.
don't know.
Do you think they can hear us talking?
No, they're not banging to make us well, I don't know actually.
It's 11:13 on a Saturday
I
night.
don't think they care. They have parties all the time.
Why didn't you
whatever.
tell me this before I moved in? I'm just kidding.
That's a good
I'm
question.
just kidding.
That's a good question.
I don't care. I'm out anyway.
Yeah.
I'm learning to sleep through Poppy, so it's
A
not
couple
an issue.
weeks ago, there was when it was really windy. They have a hammock up there, but it wasn't attached completely. It was not hanging. It was not in its functional state. So only one side of the hammock was tied to the gate, and the other side was like flopped over the gate, and it was smacking against my wall. There they are again.
Are they okay?
Okay.
It sounds like
Dude, I don't know.
in my mind I had an image where they had an aquarium and like all of their fish died in the aquarium, so they've got to do a funeral one by one.
They must be killing a lot of fish up there. And
You know how you could buy fish at Walmart?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
I
used
I
miss
don't
to.
think
those
you can
days.
do that anymore.
You can't. I miss those days.
Yeah.
That ended very recently because I remember like a week into freshman year I went and was like, "Go fish," and then they were gone.
Could you buy goldfish in bulk at Sam's?
What about when they had the lobster tank at Walmart?
Ooh.
We didn't have a lobster tank
Really?
in
We had a
Sweetwater.
lobster tank.
Yeah.
At my Walmart in Arlington, the big one, I have very vivid memories as a child of sorry, my rabbit is under my feet. Of you could go up to the bakery if you were a child and be like, "Can I have a cookie?" And they'd give you like a little like crappy sugar cookie.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, it was dope. A couple times I like finessed them and I got more than one cookie and I felt like a genius. And then they also, maybe y'all remember this too, they would give, if you were a kid, they would give you a little smiley face sticker when you walked out.
I do remember that.
Yeah, and I stuck them all over my mom's van window. So we sold it and it was covered in smiley face stickers.
No.
Yep.
Happy van.
What did your mom
Happy
say?
I don't. My parents never. There was a delineation. The one window was dedicated only to Walmart stickers, and the other one was dedicated to other stickers. So, I don't know. It just that van with that little Pontiac Montana. Well, it wasn't little. It was big. It went through a lot. But those are my Walmart memories.
Oh, that's Frodo. I thought someone was
Is he
knocking
snacking?
on
That's
our.
Frodo. Frodo snacking.
Snacking on the
I
couch.
thought someone was knocking on the porch, and I was like, "We're about to be murdered on stream."
Can I tell you about my day today?
Please.
So
Please do.
I knew it was going to be a rough one when I woke up an hour late.
I knew it was going to be a rough
Yeah.
one when I opened my eyes.
Yeah, I threw my head out of bed and Poppy was
Stumble
at
out of
work.
bed.
Yeah. Stumble out of bed and I
sorry.
tumble into the kitchen, then I
Tumble
tumble to work, and then I tumble home, and then I just keep
And then I
tumbling.
tumble into my grave.
I tumble into the cabinet to get my tumbler, and then I get on Tumblr while drinking out of my tumbler, and then I tumble out of bed.
Yeah. Tumble into bed.
Yeah.
And then you tumble out of your mental state.
Yeah.
Tumble out.
Anyway,
Of
sorry. So working on moving out of the dorm, and everything was sort of going, smoothly for the time being. Poppy was oblivious. She hates moving, and
Yeah.
she's very.
It seems like she's moved a lot.
She has. Yeah.
Yeah.
She has. And every single time she will get as far away from me as she can, and her tail gets real fluffy, and she just hates it. So, as a final statement to, and I think I told you this, as a final statement to to honors hall. Poppy missed the litter box again.
Yeah.
And it was tragic. So I already knew I was in for it. And moving takes a lot out of you. You're very sweaty. And I come here, and all my stuff is moved in, minus the mini fridge. Mm-hmm. And so I'm good in that respect. But I walk in, and I'm walking back, and I'm like, oh, wow, I live here now. This is awesome. And then I look down, and there's a full cracked open White Claw sitting on the curb. And Savannah's driving in the gate at this point, and so I pick it up and I just sort of like, and she goes, "Is that a White Claw?"
Is that a White Claw?
Are you drinking a White Claw? No.
No.
And I was on my way back inside, and I was hit with an odor that isn't legal here yet. Mm-hmm. And I continue on inside, and I see Ozzy.
Illegal odor.
Illegal odor.
And I see Ozzy, and I'm like, great. Ozzy's going to have some words of encouragement. He's going to reaffirm me that I had a great day, and that...
Why would he do that?
I don't know. I was just banking on it at this point, and I shouldn't have, because he looks at me and he goes, "Did you just get back from jogging?"
Oh my god.
And I was like...
Worse.
I would have asked if you just came back from a beautiful, clean, fresh bathhouse where you had
Steam
been
house.
fully rejuvenated
I was
and
pretty-
massaged by 40 women.
I was pretty flushed. And 40 of those were Savannah.
All of them were Savannah.
Yeah, I can duplicate myself.
Cool.
I know I haven't told you guys yet, but it's kind of cool, kind of interesting.
Kind of interesting.
Trent and I are, to change the subject quite drastically, unless you were not finished, Trent.
Well, I'm just glad that we're here now.
Me
I've
too.
been looking
You did
forward
it.
to this for it's like, because I knew this was going to be the end of the day. And
Yeah.
we're here and we're good.
Here, we're doing it.
And Poppy isn't even screaming.
She's not.
She's been quiet as a
Knock on
mouse.
wood. What were you saying?
I was gonna talk about a little thing called D&D because we had a very interesting. Trent and I are part of a campaign right now with a few friends, and I think that you guys would really enjoy doing D&D. I don't know if you've ever done it before, but
I would, yeah. Jack and I definitely want to do that.
we are a part of a campaign. I can tell you a little bit about it. It's not something we did homebrew. It's pre-written. It's called Descent to Avernus. And so if you don't want to write your own campaign and you're looking for a really interesting campaign to do that one because we really enjoy it.
It's fun.
It's super fun. It's super
Oh.
invigorating. We love it. So we have characters right now. I'm not going to spoil it or anything like that, but we have characters that have gone through this like very, very hard journey with lots of like very hard battles. And my character's name is Puck, and Puck is a satyr. And this isn't spoiling anything because this is like backstory. When you make like campaigns that have already been written, or even when you do campaigns that have already been written, the lore around your character is almost entirely your own. And so the lore behind my character is that there was a war that took place hundreds of years before the story where my satyr character, sort of grew up in this town where satyrs were...
Snacking?
He's eating he's allowed to eat that. That table's for him. Sorry.
He grew up in this town where satyrs were kind of a minority, and he went to serve his city in this war. And when he came back, he found that there was a mass genocide of satyrs that had happened, and he was the last satyr of his kind. And
Rick Riordan is writing this down right now. He's listening.
please, please don't do this. Please don't do this. Please. But I've been really interested in developing a game about how, like, what happens when you're thinking about, because he was a soldier and he doesn't have a leg. Like, he lost his leg in battle. Mm-hmm. And that's like a very gruesome thing. Mm-hmm. And I was really interested in putting the story together. But I'm really, like, my character had a beautiful ending the other day. Mm-hmm. We're not done with the campaign, but I had the opportunity. I've been looking for it because throughout this journey, Puck started with friends in the campaign, and he felt like he wasn't contributing the way he could be, and then he felt like people were against him, and he just, at one point, he was like, I don't even know if people want me around. Like, I don't feel like I need to be a part of this campaign because I don't seem to like people, and people don't seem to like me, so what's the point of even living? Because there's no one left for me to go back to anyway. And so I got to end Puck's story very beautifully the other day. And I'm really interested to see what might happen in the future, because it was really exciting for me to get to do that. And I feel kind of bad because it's sort of in a different way than expected that I ended him. Mm. And if I'd known that it would have done that, I would have allowed other characters to have that opportunity and given them the growth that they might have wanted for their character. Mm. But it's just super fun. The thing about D&D that, of course, like when I was in high school, I was like, boring, like that's dumb. The thing about D&D is that it's so immersive, and you truly grow to love your character because it's yours. Like, even if you make just like the meanest character alive, like he's your mean guy, and you grow to learn why he's mean, and you grow to have a soft spot for his mean ways, and it's so interesting to think about how my character has developed, how Puck has developed, and where he might go in the future as sort of a new development to his story. I kind of wish I could just keep this character forever and always play him because he's so cool, but I know that I have to move on.
It'll be one of those. You'll get sick of playing that, playing Puck, like, eventually. It'll be
Yeah.
one of those, like, live. This is the second time I've said this tonight. Once with Family Guy and once with Puck. But die a hero or live long enough to become a villain type thing. I mean, with your writing, have you ever dabbled in, like, writing anything fantasy related, like Lord of the Rings or?
No, if I'm honest, something about it is very intimidating to me. So the idea of having to sit down and create a whole world and make sure there are no holes in it.
Yeah.
And make sure I'm not in the future having to go back and be like, did you know that Dobby is gay? Like, you know, I want to have everything squared away.
Yeah.
And I'm a really big fan of Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that would be my inspiration. Whether I want it to be or not, it would be in the back of my head. And something in my head would be like, you'll never beat J.R.R. Tolkien, no matter how hard you try. So you'll never have a 7-page family tree in the back of your book. So I don't know, but I've considered it, I'm sure. And I'm sure that I have written something like that when I was younger, and, you know, like when you're young and you don't have any inhibitions about about being creative.
Yeah.
And actually, now that I think about it, I'm absolutely positive that I wrote something. But for some reason, all I can think about is Avatar, the blue people, and I definitely did not write that. So I don't know.
Oh, yes,
I feel
Amy
like it
wrote
was-
Avatar.
I feel like it was Avatar adjacent, you know.
I see.
But I definitely would try. I don't have as much time as I would like to just sit and write something that I want to write.
Yeah.
And it's been a while since I wrote any fiction
Yeah.
as well. I took a fiction class last semester, but we wrote one piece, run one story, and like critiqued everyone's stories for the whole semester. Oh, Jesus.
He is
He is
Chomping on that. Is that Big Joe? Is he going for Big Joe?
not Big Joe.
Not Big Joe.
Go for Sleepy Joe.
Yeah, but yeah, I only got to write one story, but
I think
know.
Savannah kept taking breaths because she was about to say, I think we've even discussed this between the two of us, that with your love of writing and creating stuff, after you dip your toes in the giant ocean that is D&D and campaigns and stuff, that type of thing would be right up your alley. Because there's so much flexibility and, you know, it's really good.
yeah,
Like I
that's
said,
true.
it just seems right.
It helps when you put it that way. It really is flexible. You really can do whatever you want. And
Yeah.
what you can't do is go back in time and say Dobby is gay, but or go get, you know, but yeah, you really can do. Oh, what is next? Do we have any suggestions from anyone in the chat? Or?
Not yet, no. So if you're listening and you'd like to see something, don't be afraid to drop it in the chat. You can tell us what to draw because we'd love to hear it.
Hey Jack,
Think about
do you
it.
have a
ponder.
suggestion?
Jamie,
Jamie,
can we
Jack
see
Jamie.
can we see Bang real quick?
Officially Jamie now from now on.
You're Jamie. Do you have a suggestion?
Give me a second to think on it.
I'm kind of thinking about Garfield.
I'm thinking
Okay.
Garfield?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
You know,
Okay.
Garfield and
Can
Sonic.
you make Garfield with Sonic shoes?
Yeah, I can
Can
do
you
that.
make a Garfield Sona in the Sonic universe?
Oh. Okay, well, which do I do? What do you want me to do?
I feel like we're asking for Sonic with Garfield's face.
Yeah.
Is
That's
that
the
what we're
compromise you've
asking
come
for?
to? I'm going to need a reference. Can somebody
Sorry.
pull up?
I was looking at Dogecoin again.
You need Garfield or Sonic?
How's Dogecoin?
I need Sonic
well.
first, and then I'll need Garfield later. I just need to look at them. I've done a lot of character work in my years of doing this
Yeah.
and in my years of helping people design characters, helping people come up with backstories for their characters when they really, and it's a lot of fun. And even if you don't have a story, start with a character and then build the world around the character. Like that's what I
Yeah.
have always thought
Yeah.
when it comes to that, and that's what like artists have talked about too. Is like you find a character like Pixar creators is like if you they're like, well, what about a toy that is alive? And everyone's like, cool, okay.
What about a car that is alive?
Yeah,
What about
they're like,
emotions.
what about
that
emotions that are
alive?
alive? Like they're just you pick one thing, you pick one noun, and then you add a weird adjective to it, and then you build a story around that. You start to fall in love with it.
What about robots with emotions that might be alive?
That could be alive. I love. What's your favorite Pixar movie? I'm not. Again, like Pixar falls into some tropes. Disney falls into some tropes. They have an algorithm they follow in order to create a very good.
Yeah.
In order to create what they need to.
Yeah. I'm almost ashamed to admit how many times I've seen Wreck-It Ralph,
I like Wreck-It Ralph.
but I do enjoy it. It's definitely my comfort movie for
Huh?
sure.
Is it Pixar?
Yeah, Wreck-It
I believe
Ralph.
So yeah,
Have you not heard of Wreck-It Ralph? Ralph Breaks the Internet.
I have not seen that one. I refuse.
Savannah, I've heard of it.
Oh, you haven't seen it.
No, that and I was asking if it was a Pixar movie or not.
It is.
Is it Pixar or Disney
I believe it was after the point in time in which they became
together? So it's kind
the
of
same,
the same.
thing. Yeah. Wally
I love Wally.
for sure is up there.
Wally is very interesting because it's like very unique.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it follows the love thing. Like, there's a love trope in it, but at the same time, like, it really pushes the boundaries of like what humanity means.
Yeah,
to
I
this
really
world.
yeah, and my favorite part of the movie is by far the beginning. When the humans start showing up, I'm less interested, but I think that the beginning I think it leans a little more towards what you might think of film rather than just a movie.
I saw
It's film.
there are a lot of animated movies that have to do with Disney, but there are other animated movies that carry the same very heavy themes with very interesting
absolutely.
weight that you don't really hear about very often, and it's always worth digging into and learning what those movies are, because there's a movie, I don't even remember what it's called, but I remember I was watching a documentary on it where it's about these like blue tall aliens, and the only
Avatar.
no, it's not Avatar.
Megamind.
No, it's not Megan. Jeez Louise. It's not either of those. It's based in the 1960s. I think it's not a movie that's based in America. It's based in a lesser known country known for animating in Europe. I don't remember which it is right now, but it's the only part that humans play in it is the fact that they're kind of like mice in the movie. Like, the whole thing is based around, like, the concept of these aliens that are living as the superior race, and humans are treated as, like, mice. Like, they can be domesticated and kept as pets. Or, like, they'll be treated as though they're vermin and, like, kicked around and things like that. I wish I knew what it was called, because it's supposed to be, like, very mesmerizing. And the animation is very interesting style.
I feel like what you're talking about is Fantastic Planet.
That it is Fantastic Planet.
However, I did look up European movie about tall aliens, and some of the results I got were Monsters vs. Aliens and Aliens in the Attic.
Oh, great.
So,
No Megamind.
Megamind is not here.
Is Megamind an alien?
He is an alien. Yeah.
That's a good
Still need to
question.
watch that movie.
I figured you were talking about Fantastic Planet. This is a French movie. La Planète Sauvage.
It's very interesting
is
from what I've heard.
gorgeous.
I'd love to watch it. I haven't seen it yet, but I would love to. From the premise that I was told about it, I would love to see it.
Yeah.
Another movie that's animated that is very, very heavy in terms of like allegory is called Watership Down,
Mm-hmm.
It's the one about
That's
rabbits.
Wes Anderson, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep. Well,
I believe it is.
I don't know. It's an animated one, and maybe he did it. I don't know. I just remember that it's very graphic.
Wait, maybe I'm wrong.
Watership Down. There are a few things that, because they remade it for Netflix, where it was like in CGI instead. Like the rabbits were real. It's about rabbits.
Oh, it's from 1978, so it's not Wes Anderson. Continue.
I was like, I don't know if you.
I don't know why I thought that was. I'm thinking about A Life Aquatic or something else instead. My bad.
It's about rabbits that are living in this sort of field, and one of them has this vision that their town and their home is going to be destroyed, and they're basically made fun of for it. And so they leave in the middle of the night, and they're like people are trying to stop them and things like that. And then as they escape, they learn from this rabbit that they found who used to live with them after like months afterwards that the home in which they used to live was destroyed by construction workers, and all the rabbits who lived there suffocated in the ground because they were too stubborn to move and too stubborn to move on and make change. And so the rest of the movie is them like sort of like learning how to live on their own. They get in battles with all these other meaner rabbits. I don't remember, it's supposed to like be representative of something, but I'm not sure like exactly what it is. Or it's supposed to like be an allegory to something that's happened in history. But it's very interesting. I quite enjoyed it. Although I will warn listeners that if they choose to watch it, especially the animated version, there is some very graphic scenes that can be very scary.
Yeah, I don't know if I could. As someone who owns a rabbit, I don't know if I could. Watch that.
It's like, yeah, that's a new concern.
Right. Have you ever seen? This is on Netflix, I believe, and it's called My Life as a Zucchini.
No, I haven't seen it.
It's not. It's only like 50 minutes long, I think. It's not, or maybe like an hour. It's not like a feature length film. I believe it is. I believe it's French, and it's stop motion. It looks like Paranorman.
Ooh.
I forgot about that movie.
That's a great movie. I watched it last Halloween, and I pleasantly remembered how good it was. But this movie, what's that?
We'll come back to it. Circle back.
Well, just real quick, it's about a kid who lives in an orphanage, but I think a lot of times in American movies, the way like Annie, like when you think about an orphanage, it's all bad and it's very gloomy, but in this movie, it's very positive, where the kids are in a very loving place, and the kids are friends. And
That's nice.
But the reason that he's in an orphanage is because his mom was an alcoholic, and there's a scene at the very beginning where he's running up to the attic to get away from her, and she's climbing up the stairs, and he gets scared and he slams the door, and she gets hit by the door and she falls down the stairs and she dies.
Wow.
And that's how the movie starts, that's why he goes to an orphanage.
This isn't Paranorman, right? This
is not Paranorman.
My Life as a Zucchini?
My Life as a Zucchini, yes. The kid's name is Zucchini.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it's very, I was surprised at how like uplifting it was.
Mm-hmm.
And the kid gets adopted by like a police officer or something, and he makes a friend in the orphanage, and he's like, can you adopt my friend too? And I feel like if this were an American movie, it would be this whole struggle of like, I don't know if we can take this girl, but in the movie he's like, yes. and it's just very, I don't know, it's obviously it's not super realistic, but it's something about it is very refreshing, and it made me feel good
because of
when it was over.
The fresh take on like orphanages and
yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know what orphanages are like in France.
Yeah.
As opposed to like 1940s New York, but But it's a great movie. I recommend it. Another one of those like, it's pretty heavy, but it's animated and it's geared for children.
Does Paranorman? This is what I was gonna say earlier. Does Paranorman beat Coraline? You think?
No.
No.
No, sorry. Coraline's too good.
I can't watch Coraline.
Really? Is
It's-
it because of the ladies' boobies?
Button boobies.
The
Yeah.
women's weird boobs?
No, it's just that it scares me. I
I get that.
I don't get scared by a lot of movies, but Coraline, like, truly, the first time I saw it, like, petrified me. And I was pretty old.
Have you finished it?
Right.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen
Okay.
it all the way through. And I just didn't, like, I didn't jive with it. Like, something about it made me feel really, really bad.
I understand that. It's horror that goes beyond visual, what it's actually showing you.
It's beautiful.
It is.
It's pretty, and it's very well done. The stop-motion animation is awesome. However, it's just a little bit too much for me for some reason. It's kind of sad to say that I got, like, it is okay for me, and Coraline is the thing that makes me...
Is it too much for me to ask you if you know specifically what it is that makes you so upset or that bothers you so much?
I don't. I just think it's, like, I don't like... Like, I love the story. The story is great. It's just, like... It's just it strikes me as a very real fear that I have, if that makes sense. Like, the other world. It seems kind of real.
Yeah.
That's sort of, like, I think about things in that way all the time,
Yeah.
I guess. And I don't like the thought that if I were to... I don't know, it's just, there's so much layering to it. And it feels very predatory. Like, I obviously don't like things that ensnare children.
Yeah.
Like the daycare.
Yeah. like the
Flubber.
daycare.
No disrespect, Robin Williams. God
Yeah,
rest his
absolutely
soul.
not. I was thinking about him the other day.
I
I
w-
miss him.
I was too. I looked up a
Dang.
compilation of all of his works and all of his improvised lines.
If I could meet one comedian, I would pass up John Mulaney to see Robin Williams.
Yeah.
I think I would too. I would also consider Steve Martin, even though Steve Martin is still alive.
I would meet. I think that just like John Mulaney being as popular as he is, and the impact that he's had on, like, my humor personally. Like, if I ever write stuff, it's, like, very based around, like, because he gets a laugh from people of all ages,
Yeah.
and that's very. It's not unique, but it's just kind of new because, like, his humor isn't, like, too offensive, you know,
No. Yeah.
which is super cool.
It's somehow, yeah. I see what you. I was about to say family friendly, but I don't know.
It's not.
If it,
Prostate exam bit.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Is the comedian you want to meet the most and your favorite comedian the same person?
I don't know. I don't think I have a favorite comedian. There are too many who are very
Good.
dear to me and inspire me a lot. Jim Carrey,
Yeah.
for sure. Definitely.
You've told me about that.
Have I? I don't remember. I don't remember anything ever. I don't remember anything that's ever happened to me or anything I've ever said. Yeah, Jim Carrey, Kate McKinnon. I guess that's a trend. I like people who can do impressions.
It's
People who
talent.
can do impersonations. It is talent.
I would meet Jim Carrey just to talk to him about the Grinch. Like, I just want to know how you broke down that character.
I would want to talk to him about The Mask.
Ooh, that
Oh
too.
my God.
That's such a. I watched that very recently and I was like, holy
all of
crap.
his roles. Ace Ventura.
Yes, Ace
God.
Ventura.
I want to talk.
You know what though? I would want to talk about The Truman Show.
I was about
and
to say
I would
The
want to
Truman
talk
Show.
about Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind because I have so much respect for Jim Carrey in serious roles. I don't know if you've seen Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
I haven't.
You would like it a lot. I also think it might freak you out a little bit, but it is excellent.
I was about to say I want to know what went through his head when he was cast for the Truman Show.
Yeah.
Because it's so interesting to be finally given a chance to play a serious role after and in the limited in the limited like actor experience I have, where doing theatrical roles and things like that.
Yeah.
Like my junior year, I don't know if anyone knows Once Upon a Mattress, but I was this like super crazy, like I was the jester in Once Upon a Mattress. I had a whole role about dancing a soft shoe. And then I went to be like in The Sound of Music, where there's like Nazis.
Who did you play in The Sound of Music?
I was Sister Margareta, which is also kind of like a,
yeah.
it's
I
also
like
kind of like a
that
role,
character.
but
yeah.
she gets pretty serious towards the end of the film. And then
Sister Margareta.
between that, I was in Julius Caesar, and I had a suicide scene in Julius Caesar. And so having to switch mindsets like that, especially like another actor that reminds me of is Florence Pugh, because Florence Pugh went immediately from Midsummer to Little Women.
I haven't seen Little Women. Is that not a similar, like, sort of a serious role?
Not really.
I understand it's obviously a very different role.
Yeah, it's
but-
very different. For most of the movie, she plays a very like silly character. She's probably I don't know if you've read Little Women, but
I have not.
Amy is the most childish character.
Okay.
She is like portrayed as this very, I think she's the youngest in the family, and she's supposed to be this very selfish character who grows to be like, as the book goes on, grows to be older and more mature, but I think you should watch it because you would realize just the range that Florence Pugh has.
Yeah.
And so it's, as someone who wanted to be an actor growing up for a little while, like, it's just very interesting to me, like, how they set their mind to do that.
Yeah. I think on the note of Jim Carrey, just really quick, because I think Trent wanted to say
Well, go
something.
ahead,
and
yeah.
I don't want to step on his thought, but I think, at least for me personally, and maybe from a societal standpoint, I don't view Jim Carrey's work in The Truman Show or Eternal Sunshine as any more valid than his work in The Mask or Ace Ventura or anything like that. But I can see why he would want people to see him, because I can see where people would be like, that's pedestrian. Like the funnier roles are very juvenile. And I can see where people would assume that that's not hard.
Yeah.
Or that that's not talent.
Yeah. To the people that think
So-
that, I would say,
You're an
you need to
idiot.
open your eyes a little bit more, because think about how hard it is to be light in your darkest times. Like, for some of these, especially Robin Williams, like, for some of these characters that go through, like, or I guess these actors that go through such hard times
Yeah.
and struggle.
Jim Carrey too. He did.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. Struggle with mental health, struggle with family living, struggle with just everything in your life. Think about how hard it is to be upbeat and happy for hours and months and years at a time as you play these roles.
Yeah.
Like, being a clown, I guess the term
Pagliaccio.
being the jester, being the clown is no easy task,
Yeah.
because you're essentially putting everything before yourself. The form of yourself you want to be. Sorry, Trent, please go if you have something to say.
Have you seen Good Will Hunting?
Dude, I haven't. I really need to watch it. I really need to watch that. I
It's
know
so
it's-
good.
I know. I know that Robin Williams is in it. I have seen what's that? Awakenings. That Robin Williams is in. He's like he works in like a hospital for people who have like they're paralyzed, and he helps them be not paralyzed.
So he's like a rehab?
Yeah, it's like a miracle story where he helps them, and they are like, some of them are able to walk and live their lives again. But it's really sad. And at the end of the movie, they
Spoilers.
oh, sorry, never mind.
Something sad
Spoil it.
happens.
Yeah, something sad happened.
Have you seen Dead Poet Society? we're gonna have a summer.
Yeah, please, dude, please, because I'm someone who likes to be like, I like film, and
Yeah.
then people are like,
Have you seen this? Well,
yeah,
I'm-
like, no.
I'm a very big culprit of that. Like, Jamie?
Jamie's bunny
he's
wrangling over
bunny
there.
wrangling.
Thank you, Jamie.
Savannah. Flubber came out in 1997.
Yeah.
You know what else came out in 1997?
Is it Good Will Hunting?
It is Good Will Hunting.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Dude, he was.
That's crazy.
Dang.
I would love, and this is just college student Savannah with no aspirations. I would love to be an actor and just perform and let my range of emotions do what it needs to do.
Mm-hmm.
Think about, because it's not method acting, but you really apply some of the feelings that you've been through to these characters. Man.
I'm sorry about all this shit.
No.
flying.
It's funny because this is like the fourth time in 10 minutes. Are they okay? Do we need to check on them?
I can't say. Well, they do. I don't know. Actually, I was gonna say there are 4 bathrooms up there, but I'm sure they're not all coming down the
It's
same.
the same one.
I don't
Someone's like throwing up or something.
know. Possibly.
We
I
need
don't
to-
know.
If we hear like 7 more, we need to call the cops
we need to go.
for
Is
their
that
own
where we
safety.
draw the line? So,
That's where I draw the line.
I think, Savannah, I think you and I, deep down, and we don't talk about this enough, but I think you and I have a lot of the same aspirations. Where we both have, because I don't talk about this, because I've, at a certain point in my life, I decided that it was unrealistic. But, wanting to sing and wanting to act and stuff like that, because those were things that I wanted to do also, but just never explored them and still really haven't.
I think it's never too late.
I would agree.
Even if it feels, because here's the thing. The college industry likes to make you feel as though it's too late.
Right.
It'll
High school likes to make you feel like it's too late.
Middle school.
Yeah.
I talked with a counselor about what I wanted to do for a job when I was 13.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And to feel that way, especially now, because society really wants you to pick something and stick with it. It's just not feasible.
Right.
It's not. It's never too late to pick up something you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as people will tell you you shouldn't do that, I say that you should.
Yeah. The best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. The next best time is
Now.
right now.
9 years
Exactly.
ago.
That's a good point. Dang it.
It's funny. That's a pretty good Garfield. Let me draw the tail real quick.
That looks great. I'm going to be honest. I love that. I
Rob-
might need to get it tattooed on me.
Ooh, do it.
Robin Williams was in a movie called The Final Cut. Are you familiar with this?
I'm not.
We were talking about it,
Yeah.
but I haven't seen it.
So
I'm not familiar with the Robin Williams filmography,
yeah.
if I'm honest.
he's so The Final Cut is about this company that markets. Sorry, just realized that we're getting close to the point where this is actually possible. It's about a company who markets this chip implant that goes in your brain, and it records your entire life, and the purpose is there are these people that work for the company that produce the chips called editors, and for your funeral, editors will cut together this movie to be played at your funeral of all the highlights
Right.
of your life. And Robin Williams is the lead editor
Okay.
in this role. Very, very serious, very, very dark undertones.
Yeah.
I remember just I watched some of it when I was about 14. I had to turn it off just because it was too sort of cognito-hazard sorts. And so, just because it was so out there and I wasn't ready for it. So he did that role in 2004.
When did he do Mrs. Doubtfire? Where is that?
Line up.
Yeah.
Mrs. Doubtfire is a great movie. It was one of my
It
favorites
is.
for a very long time.
That is one I'm aware of.
I'm looking.
And we're not going to talk about how Robin Williams inadvertently had a great effect on the animation industry through his role as Genie.
Yeah.
Because it's not his
11.
fault. It's Disney's fault.
Doubtfire was 93, I think.
Okay.
Yep.
It's kind of crazy. I really wish that on the point of animation, I do this every I throw in animation tidbits every time we do this Doodle Day, partially because I'm in the middle of drawing.
Right.
But it's so fascinating to me how designers will come up with the concept for, especially like early Disney, or even like people, even for 3D animation now, people will do pencil animation first because they want to see how the character moves.
Yeah.
They'll go and they'll watch the voice actor do their lines, and they'll just draw them doing their lines.
Yeah.
And usually that is the inspiration for the character.
Have you ever seen those? I had a copy of Alice in Wonderland on VHS, and it came with, at the end, a video of the voice actress just literally acting out a scene. And they basically just traced over that scene. And it's pretty cool, actually. That's what that reminds me of.
That reminds me of the first time I realized that they do this was with... The first time I heard about them doing this was with Robin Williams, because they take a lot of his expression with the genie. He might not look like the genie completely, but a lot of his like facial structure is based off the way that he would say some of his lines, like his chin.
Right.
His chin is very prominent. If you look at Tadashi, if you look up like Tadashi pencil sketch, you can see side by side the voice actor for Tadashi doing his line, and then the sort of the drawing equivalent of that. And it's Tadashi. That's him. Like, it's very obviously the inspiration. You can see that for Moana. You can see that for...
Yeah, with Maui.
Yeah.
For sure.
Just very, very interesting stuff. And great ways for younger businesses or smaller businesses to sort of get a head start.
Yeah.
Can you draw a smiling crescent roll?
Yes.
Oh, Gargonic is done.
Can we see Gargonic?
Yes, here's Gargonic.
Gargonic.
Yeah, Gargonic.
I like him. I like him a lot. I'm sure he exists already somewhere on someone's DeviantArt page, but
He's kind of cute.
Did the shoes very well.
still, the
Like
shoes
Gargonic.
look great. What do you think, Jamie?
It's very good.
You like
Jamie
Gargonic?
approves.
It's a seamless switch between the characters.
Thank you.
It looks like our Doge girl and Garfield could be in a
They
relationship.
could be in a relationship. If
I
you wore
do.
like
I
a
ship
beanie.
this.
Also has Family Guy eyes.
I ship this.
I'm gonna start drawing my smiling crescent roll.
This is vaguely related, but actually exactly a week ago, this occurred while we were watching last week's Doodle Day stream. Ozzy got pizza for all of us here, and I guess I took a slice or something, and he was like, "That's my pizza. You're not allowed to have my pizza. I brought this pizza in here, and it's only for me." And I was like, "We don't even live here. This is my house." And something about the cadence, the way that we were arguing, what popped into both of our heads, and we both started to say, was the genie lines where he's like, "Did you rub my lamp? Did you wake me up? Did you bring me here? Did you bring me here?" And I another genie line I think about regularly is at the very end. Jafar, he's our man. If he can't do it, great! I think about that a lot as well. Anyway, those are my genie anecdotes.
It's indicative of a comedian's success when the bits and
They're quotable.
their quotable moments from all of their roles work their ways into the vocabulary
Yeah.
of the layman.
Yeah, that's a big thing that John Mulaney
Yeah.
has achieved. Like, I
That's
was over
why-
on the bench.
Yeah,
and,
that's why he's so one of the reasons he's so popular,
yeah.
especially with people our age, because like that's what we've learned to do our whole lives.
We
It's
quote
like,
Mulaney once a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More
at
than
least,
once a
yeah.
day. I quote him all the time. That's crazy because like I don't
A while.
a while. Like it's not often I can't really think of anybody else that I quote once a day.
Right.
Besides Trent. And Bert. I don't want to alarm you.
Marge. I quote Aaron Hansen
Yeah.
often, I think.
Which makes sense because he's hilarious.
Yeah.
Very funny.
He's got the same
It looks like you're drawing Conan O'Brien.
No, not Conan O'Brien.
Mm.
You know, we've
Crescent
been on
O'Brien.
Crescent O'Brien.
It's good. It's very good.
Late night with Crescent.
Crescent Moon.
This looks like it looks like you're drawing something from Big Mouth.
It kind of looks like a Big Mouth character.
Yeah.
Gosh. Oh, so you know how he did the Final Cut, that really serious movie in 2004?
Yeah.
Yes.
He did Fender from Robots in 2005.
Wow. That's
I know this
iconic.
town like the back of my hand. That's new.
Do you think that line was scripted, or do you think he improv that?
I would be willing to bet he
probably
improv'd
did.
that.
Have you ever heard Stand Up done by Robin Williams?
Oh, it's so good.
I have.
Oh
yes.
my
It's
gosh.
it's yeah.
It's so impressive. This was such a fast drawing.
It was incredibly
Is that
fast.
what you meant by a smiling crescent roll?
Yeah, can you put some steam on him?
Have you seen him in Mork and Mindy?
Yes.
Also good. Also good.
He pokes fun of Mork and Mindy in some of his stand-up bits. He had a very, very crude bit had something to do with, sex and very adult themes.
Hugging, loving, and kissing.
Yeah. And he was like, that woman's walking out. Like, she spotted someone in the crowd. He spotted someone in the crowd. And he's like, that woman's walking out because she came here for nanu.
Here for nanu nanu.
We're not going to get it.
Nanu.
Nanu nanu.
Just his
That's so
energy.
good.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Love Robin Williams.
Yeah. That's another thing I want to do. Stand up.
We
Yeah.
have to
I
go.
don't,
Open mics.
There are open mic nights around here, and when COVID opens up, we need to go write. We need to go write like a 5-10 minute setup and do it.
Yeah.
Like just either to kickstart our confidence or really be humbled.
Or both.
Or both.
I'm okay with being humbled. I accidentally did stand up. My
What?
my senior year of high school, I was a drum. I was co-head drum major with another person in my band, and the drum majors speak at band banquet, and I wrote a speech, and I forgot to bring it with me, so I got up and I was like, "What's poppin'?" Like I didn't know what to say, so. My mom has a video of it. It's just like me not knowing what to say, so I'm telling a bunch of stupid jokes and saying a bunch of dumb stuff.
Wow.
Like I'm on my way to music school because I hate my life, and like I don't know, they're really stupid.
So, man, that's really interesting, because I couldn't improv something like that,
Really?
and like there seem to be two different types of personalities that are very successful in comedy, and it's like you that can just get up and improv. It's very Williams-esque because it's fueled by the energy of the moment.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, my greatest attempts at comedy that have worked out have been the most planned ones. For
Right.
instance, like the fishing video.
Yeah.
Like I went
But
through
those
that.
are fantastic. They're so good.
And I comb the script though, and
Yeah.
I'm like, how can I make this sentence like funnier? What words can I change? Because
Yeah.
it's very word particular.
Right.
And stuff like that, rather than just that woman came here for nanu,
Right.
Knitter.
Yeah. I almost feel like I'm the opposite. I think I told you about my Cookie Monster manifesto. And I still have not written it down. And something about writing down a joke to me feels odd.
That's really interesting.
I don't really know why. I am gonna sit down and finally write the whole thing out at some point. But yeah, something about planning the joke. I don't know. I think you're right about it being fueled by the moment and
Yeah.
like the spontaneity,
Spontaneity. Oh my gosh.
Spontaneity.
the fact that it's spontaneous, I think adds, which I don't, depending on the way you see it, it could be a crutch.
Yeah.
But
I don't think it's crutch. Was it? Who? What?
I think that was a door. I think
Okay.
that was just a door. I don't
just
think that was.
Okay.
the first taste I got of comedy, in making people laugh, that is during the graduation speech that I got to do.
Oh.
And there were a few moments in there that was like, and one in particular, I was trying to say that I was glad that I quit football. And, you know.
And instead you said nanu nanu.
Well, so, stuff like that, Emmy. Like, that's funny. How do you do that?
It is, I mean, honestly, this is probably just my own degradation in my head, but it is, in my head, it's a crutch because I'm leaning on something you said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And
But that's like the art of comedy, though. Like, it's so easy to have people that you can sort of like bounce
Heckler's
off
hater.
of. Yeah, like that's what makes things like podcasts fun to listen to, is when people can bounce off one another. When it's quiet, and when people are just doing their thing, and you can tell that they aren't quite engaged because it can be really hard to be engaged. It's just not as interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Can you draw a bird's eye view of us right now?
Oh, dang.
Be kind of nice.
What were you saying? Sorry, about your
So,
speech. I
yeah.
apologize for interrupting with
you're fine.
my wacky comedy.
No. So, I was trying to convey that I quit football, and it's good because it just wasn't for me. And I conveyed that by saying, there's this gentleman that I graduated with, very, very strong individual and very, very talented and athletic. His name is Keontae, and he was seasoned. He had played like Pee Wee all the way up through middle school. And our first day of like hitting drills, he was like the first person that I hit, and I had never been like hit before. And he hit me, and I was like, I hate this. And so I said that. I was like, I don't think I like this very much. And the crowd just like, there was just so much laughter. And I just sort of stood there for a moment, and I didn't know what to do because I was like, is that what comedians feel? Like, is that the rush that they feel? Is that the satisfaction that
you
they
get kind of giddy? You're like, everyone's laughing.
They think I'm funny.
Yeah.
So, I can see it being something that I would really enjoy doing.
Yeah.
And it's remarkable,
Yeah.
that field of business and the industry.
My sister said something really interesting to me one time where I expressed, not that I'm a big fan of Saturday Night Live.
Mm-hmm.
I do make it a habit to watch it on the regular. But I expressed, I think I said this to my dad one time. I was like, I want to be on SNL, so my goal is to be a writer for it. And my sister was like, why don't you just be on it? And I was like, she's like, if you want to be on it, why don't you just make that your goal? And I was like, damn.
Wow.
Damn, you got me, 15-year-old. You really got me there. So
I think about that a lot. Every time I finish watching like bit compilations of SNL, I'm like,
yeah, this is what I would have. And I have to. I've been watching a lot of Monty Python's Flying Circus,
mm-hmm.
and it's so different. But like, it's different because it's from the 70s and because it's from a different country. It's different style of humor. But one time my mom was watching it with me, and then later we were watching SNL, and she was like, I don't understand why you find that funny and you don't find this funny. And I had to like try and explain my viewpoint to my mom, to try and make her understand.
I have a very similar story to that, actually. I was talking to my sister because that's the essence of Gen Z humor right now, right?
What's SNL?
Well, I mean, that generation gap difference. Like, it's so hard to explain why things are funny.
It's hard to explain what a meme is to your mom.
Yeah. So I told my sister Marley, I was like, okay, Marley, picture in your head right now. I want you to picture a light yellow snake. She's like, okay, but it's zoomed in on its face. She's like, okay. It has eyes, sure. but it doesn't have a mouth. She's like, okay. She's like getting ready for it. And then in the
She's like, dude, that's hilarious already.
That's hilarious already. And then in impact font, in the meme text font,
Bottom text.
it just says snock.
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 And my dad was sitting at the... What?
Can you draw that next?
Can you draw snock next?
Snock. I'll draw Snock next.
So, and that may be all we have time for.
Yeah, after Snock. Maybe.
Snock.
Snock finale.
Snock finale.
So, I said that, and my dad was sitting at the table, and he just shook his head. We're like, what? And he's like, that's not funny.
Well, Dad.
Yes, it is. Actually, Dad, it is funny.
Actually, Dad, you're just not.
I'm going to take this opportunity to run to the bathroom.
Absolutely.
Sure.
I'll think about Snock while I'm there.
Yeah, Snock.
Careful.
Yes, Snock.
Don't run into any snocks.
Yeah, don't get.
What's the-
You can't get bitten by a snock if it doesn't have a mouth.
What's the plural of snock? Is it snocks or is it snake?
Snake. Multiple snocks make a snake.
Gotcha. So snocks are sections of snakes?
Yeah. They're like worms.
That's good.
So if you chop a snake in half, you'll get 2 snocks.
Snock squared.
Snock squared is. I can't do math. I wasn't made to do math.
I can't either. I'm trying. But
Math
GPA
major.
is looking like this Dogecoin graph.
Well, I can't see it, so
We started the stream at 0.39 cents. It's at 0.37.
oh no.
But it's rebounding. I think it bottomed around. So,
I.
uh-oh.
Oh no, is Emmy dying?
Maybe. Her laptop may be dying.
I was
Sorry.
gonna say something. I've just been
Oh.
listening. I sometimes. I don't know if other people feel this way. Sometimes I worry that, because I find lots of things funny,
Mhm.
and so a lot of times, I'll feel like I'll say something, and it's just not funny to anyone else. And it's kind of a struggle to learn how to combat that, like
Mhm.
to find your audience, because you feel like you found it, and then you obviously haven't.
Right. Wow. Let's see. As it currently stands,
What's wrong?
I heard y'all talk about someone who's not funny, and I can't believe as soon as I left, you started talking about me.
No, I was talking about me.
Oh, no.
As it currently stands, what?
sorry, just technical difficulties. Actually,
Oh no.
we're still on, but we've lost the shared screen.
Uh-oh.
Let me see. See what I can do.
Somehow you look like a Peanuts character. Charlie Brown. The nose you drew looks like... Oh, is that me?
That's you.
Oh,
I'm just drawing from a
I
bird's eye
look like
view.
Charlie Brown.
All right.
That's a good SNL bit.
Charlie Brown.
It's... I can't remember what it's called. You're a rat bastard, Charlie Brown.
Oh my
That's a good
gosh.
SNL bit.
No, I don't know how to draw people from a bird's eye view. I'm not an art student. There's a reason I didn't go into art.
Totally looks like the study beats.
There we go.
Lo-fi beats to study
Did we
to.
lose? What did we lose?
We lost your screen for a second. Can you back up
We
and
lost the will.
show us what you have?
I'm drawing this from a bird's eye view.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I have thus far. It's... Well, Emmy took her hair down, so I guess it's not
Sorry.
accurate anymore.
I took my bun down because it
But-
looked terrible.
Let me just... I'm not going to try and fix it at this point.
You
'cause
don't have to.
But I will continue to draw my dear friend.
Oh man, dude, I'm a hunchback now.
No, it's from a point. It's from a bird's eye view.
I'm okay with being a hunchback. You can ring the bells.
My
I haven't
brother,
seen that movie.
my brother loves that movie. My brother loves that movie.
I've seen the sequel where he has like a girlfriend. That's
He's got a-
The
Anyway.
Hunchbacks of Notre Dame.
she's not a hunchback.
Oh.
She's like a
I figured it.
like a gymnast, like a circus person or something. I don't know. We don't need to talk about Disney sequels right now.
No, we do not. Disney sequels are terrible.
Except for the Beauty and the Beast Christmas special.
I watched that for the first time the other day.
Oh my god.
Maestro, dude.
Yes, the organ is
She-
Tim Curry.
She's
What?
sorry, Savannah's out of commission.
It's a masterpiece.
It is.
It is a masterpiece. It's so good.
Savannah doesn't like it.
All Ben
Why?
watches. It's all Ben watches ever.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ben does this thing where he goes through phases of movies, and it's been really interesting to watch. However, the movies have not been interesting to watch
Right.
because it's always something. It's always something that I like at first and then I can't stand.
Uh-huh.
Like The Lion King 2.
Oh no.
They wanted to play Shrek the other day. I got made fun of because I didn't want to watch Shrek, and they were like, "What's wrong with Shrek?" And I was like, "I've watched it for 4 years straight and nothing else."
The
And they were
first
like,
Shrek, the original Shrek?
Shrek 2.
Okay. At least it was the best one.
Yeah. And they were like,
Is
"Well, I
it?
guess you just suck." And I was
Yes.
like,
objectively, Shrek 2 is the best Shrek.
"I like Shrek 2."
I know it's the best video game.
Oh my god, I had that for DS.
Yeah.
This is confession time. I'm
Uh-oh.
really opening myself up here and being
Yeah.
vulnerable. But
Totally.
I
That's the place to do it.
don't think that Shrek 3 is that bad.
Shrek the Third.
Yes. I remember liking it when I was a kid, and then everyone started being like, Shrek 3 is a absolute cinematic disaster. And I was like, I hate that movie. That movie sucks.
Yeah.
Dude.
I don't think it's that bad.
I need to rewatch it, but I don't know. I like the wizard character. I know. I realized recently that his voice is Eric Idle, which Monty Python. That
That's
makes no
crazy.
sense.
That does make a lot of sense.
Dude, he has such good lines. Like, maybe it's time for some primal scream therapy. It just fucking shrieks.
It's so interesting to see how people came up with, like, the scripts for movies. Because there's so much funny stuff.
Yeah.
I wish I was that funny. I would love to be that funny.
You are.
I'm not.
Yeah, you're funny.
I'm funny.
You're funny. Honestly, Savannah, you're one of the funniest people I know, if not the funniest.
I don't know how good I would do if I were to do comedy, because I'm not very, like, I'm not good at, like, talking to strangers.
Your storytelling at the mic is, it's calm and collected because you're also working on something else.
Your storytelling in
when
general
you're-
is always pretty
Yeah,
good.
when you're just focused on telling the story, especially, because I remember when you told the Cheerio story, like the daycare with Flubber
Oh,
story
yeah.
to my mom for the first time, you banged your fist on the table and you said, "I fought for scraps."
I remember I was trying to figure out how I told it, because I did. I was like, I fought for scraps.
Oh my gosh.
So
I was a strong kid, and it was because
Yeah,
of that
I think
school.
definitely Savannah. That's where you would excel in, at least stand up is like telling a story.
Yeah.
Because I can't think of anything funny that's happened to me ever. Well, I can, but I don't know if I could tell it with the same
and all John
vigor.
Mulaney's content is just thoughts that he's had and storytelling.
Yeah.
So that's like, and it's a recipe that works, especially. And even with, I almost said Pete Buttigieg. But what's the other guy? Nate Bargatze, the other guy that we've been watching.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that? Have you heard of him? We'll have to watch some of his content at some point over the summer, in between Good Will Hunting and Dead Poet Society.
Perfect.
But yeah, we need a sadness sandwich with a little bit of comedy sprinkled in between.
There's a no, come back. Okay, there we go. I nearly lost my drawing pad for a second. There's a song in Shrek Forever After that I was playing the other day that's so funny. That's not what I was going to say, but I love that song, and it's
What is it? Wait.
by the Carpenters, which I know.
Oh.
It's the song that's like, ever since you've been around. Da, 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 da,
Yes.
top of the world. It's like the happiest. Like, now that school's over, I feel like that song. Like, it's great. But anyway, what I was going to say, Trent came and visited me at work today.
Yeah.
Today was my first day at a new place.
This was right after I saw Walmart Man, by the way.
Wow.
Moscato
Really?
Man, yeah.
Wow, Savannah, when you had talked to Trent, he was still recovering from Moscato Man vibes.
Yeah, I was like, how am I going to tell this on the podcast on Doodle Day? But yeah, what's up, Savannah?
So Trent visited me. I was at the cashier today. I've worked for this company before. I've worked for them for about a year, but I had to transfer locations because I can't drive 45 minutes to work anymore, and that's
Yeah.
what I used to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I waste too much gas doing it, and I'm not employed there enough hour-wise to get my compensation for that. And so I left.
Mm-hmm.
But I was at the register today, and I saw Trent, and he was visiting me, and I was like, "What can I do for you, sir?" And because my manager was there, she was standing right next to me. Her name is Sandy. Shout out Sandy. And I was talking, and when she went away, I started talking to Trent, and I was like, "Okay, I'll see you afterwards." I was like, "I'll see you in like an hour or two. I love you." And he walked away, and the customer behind him was like, "What?"
Do you love me too?
The customer was like, the customer walked up so pensively, like he was like, "Is she gonna say that to me?"
Dude, this Bath and Body Works, they have a different employee handbook
Yeah,
here.
you're
I don't
like-
know what's up.
I could see it on his face. He was so like,
Well, the last thing she said to me was, I love you.
yeah, that was like, he walked away, I was like, "I love you," and I like looked at him for a while, and then like the customer was like, and just sort of like wandered up and was like, "Okay."
So do you think when that man walked away with his fruity soaps and without an I love you, he was like,
I couldn't tell if he was like, "Phew," or if he was like,
he was like,
he
man.
probably really wanted that.
Yeah. Maybe he needed it. You know?
Maybe he needed it. Maybe I should have told him I love him too.
The delivery of that
Maybe.
damn was immaculate.
Damn. Damn.
So, if I could tell this story from my point of view,
Go ahead.
I mean, you know, it's not like there were any stunning differences, but I walked up, and not only was she like, you know, talking to me like a customer. Your retail voice is very different than your speaking voice.
I put a lot of different facades on when I'm at work.
I feel like that's very
For
common.
everybody.
Jack came to see me at work last week, and he caught me on the phone with somebody, and it was probably the same thing.
I walk up, and she's like, yeah, she was like, what can I do for you? And she starts checking me out. And my favorite is my favorite thing that she did was what's a good phone number for you?
Yeah, I was like, "What's a good phone number for you today?" And I was like, "Is that Trenton? Is that first name Trenton?
And I
How do you
felt
spell that?
Trenton D. Hicks? Is that it?"
I felt really bad because I was kind of upset that she had just went from, "Hi, I'm so excited to see you too. What's a good phone number?" And so she was like, "And is that Trenton?" And I was like, "Yes."
Yes.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
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 Are you single?
I feel like that's why the customer behind us was thrown off because I was treating you like a customer the whole time. Then I was like, "I love you."
That's
I was
what
like,
you're asking.
"I'll see you tonight. I love you."
If I was single and I went to like a club or something and I needed someone's number, what's a good phone number for you?
What's a good
today?
phone number for you today? Before that, I'd just been through. So every month or so, Bath and
Oh,
You've already.
have I already said it?
There are two companies.
There are lots
Start
of
with
companies
Bath.
I could have worked. I work for a bath store, but I will not say which one it is.
Savannah sells tubs.
I do. I do sell tubs. They have a lot of scamming going on right now, and so I just went through.
Not at Bath.
Not at Bath.
No.
I just went through scam training.
Oh.
And customer de-escalation training. My head looks the worst in this picture.
What do you mean by?
Because I
can
don't
you-
know how to draw upside down.
Can you elaborate what you mean by scam? What do you mean scam?
Like phone scamming. It's really common nowadays for like more popular department stores to have
So
someone.
it's you guys getting calls?
Mhm. Like
Oh.
it's the store getting calls, and they call and we pick up, and they're like, "Hey, this is the government."
This is the I
In the worst case scenario.
ISR. This is the IRS.
So you will be behind the bars. You don't have to go to jail.
Usually, the way that they've been going right now is that the reason that we're doing this training is because something happened recently with one of our customers, where a customer was tricked into bringing money to a CVS.
Oh god.
Not with us, but
Right.
just in the company. But they will call and they'll say, "Hey, we're a part of this government agency. We're calling an investigation for a series of scam calls that have been going on. We need your name, we need your address, and we need this information from you." And what you're supposed to do is be like, "I need to talk to a manager. I can't give you that information." Company
We need to know
policy.
how many times you've seen Wreck-It Ralph.
We need to know what your favorite Disney movie is right now. But, oh no, my screen's frozen. I'll wait while I'll talk while it does its thing. But a lot of the time, even if you're like, I need to get a manager, they'll start harassing you. This sort of sounds like I'm narrating a horror movie right now, but especially because this company or lots of department stores are people's first jobs. And so
Yeah.
if you're 16, you can be really intimidated by that.
Yeah.
And so we have to go through this training, and this is like updated training, but we have to go through it just to make sure we know what to do and what to say. Because the threats they're making is like, you'll be arrested and your family will
Right.
be arrested because you're not complying, which is very scary for a 16-year-old.
Yes.
You know, as someone who's 21, not so much, because I'd be like, okay,
Someone who has been
find
16.
me then. You don't know my name.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it can just be very intimidating. But I was going through that. And then, of course, customer de-escalation. At the last location I worked at, this was sort of what tips the scales a little bit for me when I had to leave. There was a customer who got angry with one of our, and of course, they all do.
Yeah.
But this was a customer who got angry with my friend who was working cashier at the time. And he got so angry that he made her cry. And then he pushed over a table. I don't know if I've told you about this. He pushed over a table of candles. And all
Oh,
the candles
gosh.
shattered all over the floor. And then he just bolted out the door. I don't think I've told you about that, Trent.
You have not.
What exactly was he mad about?
He was mad because he wasn't getting the deal that he felt he deserved. He brought in coupons that were no longer valid.
Well,
And then he...
Well, do you know how to read?
Miscounted his change.
Oh.
He was trying to make it so that he would get back a $10 bill, but he accidentally made it so that he would get back $9 instead. He just didn't count right.
Uh-huh.
And so, of course, there was an issue there, and it's just, if you're listening to this and you've worked in customer service, you'll know like the horrors that it can be, but it can just get a little bit overwhelming sometimes.
People forget that you're a person.
Yeah, very easily people forget you're a person.
Yeah.
It's and I've worked in customer service for like, I think my first job was in customer service. I've always been in customer service, even when I was a cook. Which, ooh, that was fun. I had a coworker who didn't know what an onion was. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
What was their job title? So
They were a cook.
I hope their job was an onion identifier.
They were with me. I'll never forget that,
I
man.
mean, nothing's gonna top that. That's it.
That's the too soon joke for this week.
Oh my gosh.
I'll never forget that, man. He came in one day. I don't know what was
You
up with him,
definitely
but
forgot what an onion was.
He'd been working there for 2 years longer than I had.
Dropped
And
the
I was
ball.
like, you don't know what an onion is? You've cut them every day. I've watched you do it.
What did he think he was cutting?
I don't know. I don't. he
That
was
raises
like-
this. I have so many questions for this man.
I put my, like, there was an onion chopper, and I started doing the onion chopper, and he was like, "What's that?" And I was like, "It's an onion chopper." And he was like, "No, what are you holding?" I was like, "An onion." And he was like, "What's that?" And I was like, An onion?
And then Shrek burst through the door.
The thing you make onion rings out of? The thing I just watched you put in the fryer? Rev up those fryers.
Rev up those fryers.
Rev up those fryers. It was just crazy. I've never had an experience quite like that before, where I was just sent into the Twilight Zone, where someone has cooked an onion for 2 years and doesn't know what it
Into the
is.
Twilight Zone. I had to argue with a coworker once about what vegan meant. She insisted that vegan and vegetarian were the same thing.
What?
And I had to explain, no, you can't. Vegan means you don't consume animal products. And she would not.
She just didn't get it, or
She just thought she was right. I don't know. The other day I had someone mansplain the difference between hatch chiles and jalapenos to me. Yeah. So I did.
What's the
with
difference?
a lot of people. Jalapenos are hotter, but not all the time. That's the difference. That's the difference. The difference is that white people go fucking hog wild for a hatch chili for some reason.
I can
attest.
Yeah. That's the
Okay,
difference.
that's us from a bird's eye view. That's as much effort as I'm going to put into that because wow.
Dude, I've never better.
Wow. Wow.
You even got my shoulders right.
No, I didn't get anything right. Bird's eye view perspective is very hard, and I'm trying to make this. I'm trying to make this time.
Is that why
sensitive?
Is that why you sighed whenever I asked for a bird's eye view?
Because it can take like hours to get the proper bird's eye view. You've got to do some work to it, but that's.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
No, I didn't go with the table.
I've got to fix that. Let's try this again.
Savannah, does your store require masks, or did at any point?
We did for a while.
Okay.
We as workers still have to wear masks, but people have sort of wormed their way out of wearing them if they're our customer.
Mm-hmm.
And by that I mean that they're supposed to.
Right.
But I had a woman back at the old location that I worked at that I was manning the front door, and she bolted past me like she was trying to.
What?
She was trying
Dude,
to
she
hide
was
the
trying
fact
to, like,
she had her hand.
linebacker
She had her
past you?
hand over her mouth, and she like ran into the store, and I was like, "Can I help you find anything?" And she was like, "No," and I was like, "Okay, do you want a bag?" And she was like, "She's gone. She's gone at that point."
What the heck?
But it was like the craziest. And it was around Christmas time. I was like, "Aren't you like cold or something?
Aren't you cold?
Are you cold?"
Sorry, no, you go, Trent.
You go.
No, you go.
Okay, I'll go. The customer service I've received at the store that you work at in particular, because I'd been to some in malls, and it's a free-for-all in malls. Mm-hmm. It's a free-for-all.
It really is.
Crazy.
But in strip malls, it's not as bad.
Yeah,
And
because
so-
at malls you got like looky-loos, you know?
Fresh from the food court.
Walk straight from Auntie Anne's with a pretzel.
Oh man!
Dual wielding the pretzel.
Get the pretzel dogs.
Get those pepperoni bites.
I love the pepperoni bites.
I just got my ears pierced at Claire's, and I'm ready for some soap.
I'm ready to drop a candle.
That's what they say every day. Man.
So, but I haven't been to a retailer in a long time besides like supermarkets like Walmart and stuff. I had never been to like a dedicated store. It's always been like Dollar General, which they don't greet you.
No, they're like,
And I
What
love
do you
Dollar
want?
General. I don't care.
They're like, hurry up.
Yeah, I don't
they're
care.
not happy you're in the store. They're like, get out.
Get out. Why are you buying balloons?
I'm brewing coffee right now. Get out.
Why are you buying a block of cheddar cheese? Do you really need that?
So I walk in, and the lady goes, "Hi, welcome in." And I'm like, "Oh my god,
She's nice.
thank you."
I needed to
And-
be welcomed today.
And they have a second person. They have like first line of defense, welcome in, just greet. And then they have someone that comes to you and it's like, "Can I help you find anything?"
Yeah.
I'm like,
Out of pure curiosity, before you continue, were
Yeah.
you the person that was looking for crisp apple soap? Were you?
"No."
Were you?
No.
Were you?
No.
Actually, were you?
Oh,
You have to tell me the truth.
On Dollar General.
On Dollar
on
General?
the
Doesn't say
general
much.
himself.
That doesn't say much at all. go to the find the gel?
No, I was not looking for
Okay,
Krispy
because-
Kreme.
Crisp apple soap.
No.
Because when 5 minutes before you checked out with soaps, one of the people over the headset was like, I should mention that the store is new, and so the whole
Right.
staff is new. Like
Yeah.
no one has ever worked there before. This is like their
Nice.
6th week of working, and I've worked there for almost a year.
Uh-huh.
And so this woman over the headset, this girl who's like a senior in high school or something, was like, do we have any crisp apple soap? And I was in the middle of something, and I was like, no, that's a false scent. And then I felt so bad because I was like, I'm sorry, I forgot that you haven't worked before, but that's a false scent. And my manager was like,
God.
thank you.
You.
I was like, no, it's a false scent. Tell them to come back during autumn.
Don't you know that you can't have apples in the summer?
It was like a cinnamon apple scent. I was like, spices are for winter.
Don't you know if you want an apple during the summer, it's not crisp. That's so funny. We have the same thing happens at my work, but lately it's people asking when we get peaches.
Snock.
People call snock.
Snock, that's right.
Every day we have someone like, yeah, I called last week and I just when the heck are y'all getting peaches?
I remember you telling
And
me about this.
Yeah, I don't know why people are so obsessed with peaches.
They heard-
Sometimes people ask for really weird things like, do you have dried arugula? And we're like, no. What? I'm so sorry.
Dried arugula. What? Before we go on, what was the definition of the snock? What does a snock have on it?
Yellow snake, but you don't have to do the yellow with an eye with eyes. No
cool.
mouth.
Yellow snake, hold the yellow.
So it's a
Hold the
worm.
yellow.
So it's the worm from Sesame Street, is what I'm hearing.
Sesame Street.
Sesame Street.
Does the worm not have a mouth?
Yeah.
Does it have an eye?
It has. Does it have one eye or two eyes?
2 eyes. But from the perspective of where the photo was taken, it's only one.
I'm pretty sure this meme
Do-do-do.
already don't do that. You're gonna
Sussus?
activate
Among Us.
Jack's. No. Jack is gonna get excited. I feel like this meme already exists where it's like the
It feels like
meme
the
that-
"Don't tread on
or-
me."
No, it's like the eel that tells bad jokes. Look, like
Bad
you know what
eel.
I'm ta-
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Bad joke eel.
That's what I'm seeing in my head.
Let me see.
I can't flip my computer. Well, maybe I can. I'm gonna. Jamie's gonna help us out here,
Thank you, Jamie.
so I don't have to. Some of these are actually kind of funny. Did you hear about the kidnapping? He woke up.
I see.
He woke up.
He woke up.
So it has eyes and no mouth. And what else?
Sort of like blotches, like a python.
Okay. Blotches like a pie.
He has 2 kids. He's divorced.
He had 2
He
kids.
lives in Muncie,
She took them.
Illinois.
He watches reruns
Indiana.
of Cheers.
He watches reruns of Everyone Loves Raymond.
Yeah. And will argue with his friends that aren't friends at the bar about whether it was Sex in the City or Sex and the City.
He argues with them about whether or not iCarly and Frasier take place in the same universe.
Is that what you argue with your friends and not friends in the bar? Amy?
They both take place in Seattle.
That's like the only. That's as close as it gets.
And he,
They argue about whether or not water is wet.
yeah. He tells them all stories about how his kids think that a human with no mouth and eyes, with the caption "Huma," is not funny.
I would like to ask about this because I ask people about this every so often. I knew someone. This person was not my friend. This person was not my friend. I knew someone in high school who would say, like, we're like, what are you doing for lunch? And she's like, I'm gonna get sushi at Kroger's.
Kroger's
And
possessive?
we were like, no, you're not. Nope, you're going to get sushi at Kroger. And she was like, no, It's Kroger's.
No, it's not.
Thank you.
There's no possessive. There's no possessive.
It's
there's
not.
no apostrophe.
Because you don't say, I'm going to Target's. You don't say, I'm going to Walmart's. Walmart is not a person.
If it were Albertsons, that's the name.
Berkshire's.
That's
Yeah.
what it's called.
It's called
It
Albertsons.
has an apostrophe in
It's
the
got.
name.
It's if you look at the sign, it's glowing. You can
Yeah.
see it.
That's probably why she thought. Actually, you know what? Now that you bring it up, that was probably her exact reasoning. Was what about Albertsons? Because it's called Albertsons. It's in the name.
And
I'm sorry, but your friend and I would have fought.
She's not my friend, or not. She goes to school here.
Your enemy and I would have fought.
She probably is my enemy.
and it's your sophomore year of college, and you're sitting there, and you're like, thank God I don't have to deal with anybody adding unnecessary s's to the ends of things anymore.
Someone unnecessarily making a word a possessive.
How do you feel about
Stan's tunes.
No,
Stan's tunes? Who said that? Stan's tunes.
I think we know who says that.
I don't. Who is it?
We'll talk.
Tell me later.
We'll talk after.
Yeah, tell me later because I want to know. Man, I wish that everyone had the band experience, and I know that people will be like, "You being kids," but there's just such a. Yeah, I know, I get it. Okay. Can you?
Can you help me find my dot? I can't do it very well because it's loud. I don't want to
Yeah.
be super loud.
It's just that like so many people will be like, being kids is stupid. We know.
We get it.
We're aware of that.
We get it. We know.
When I started this channel, I was like, I'm never going to make an ASMR video, but it seems,
It seems it's already happened.
yeah, it's a
It's-
dead end road.
It's just so funny if people.
Savannah.
Finish the snake real fast.
Yeah, do it.
Snake, I'm sorry. I'm almost
Snot.
done.
You've added some detail to the snake.
I have. Is there a way to cut that out?
Yes. Yes, there is.
Perfect. Is
I
anyone?
just can't believe that it.
Jamie, can we cut that out?
Jamie, can we get that out?
Jamie.
So sorry.
It's all right. It happens. That's what happens when you do things live. You never know what can happen live,
Do
baby.
it live. You ever seen Bill O'Reilly?
We'll do it live. Yes.
Do you know who?
We're doing it live. Don't know who what.
I was gonna ask Savannah if she was familiar with Bill O'Reilly.
No. I'm not.
He was a Fox News anchor before some very bad allegations came out against him,
Oh.
and he
As seems to be the trend with
many
news anchors. Sorry, continue.
he was known for being very. His personality type is not one that I would be friends with. And it's because it's a very, I wouldn't say assertive, but
Snock.
it's not. Thank you. Yes, that's how I spelled it.
Oh, like it's something from IKEA?
Snock.
Snock. It's like bedding or something.
Yeah, it's like a sham. That's the IKEA word for IKEA, Swedish.
The
That's a Swedish
IKEA word. Huh?
It's 12:43.
It is tired. It is tired.
This was a good day, I think.
There we go. Look at
I
that.
think so.
Sorry, I forgot
I
about.
really like these. These are good.
Forgot about
We
Doge.
definitely delved into fan fiction.
Yeah, I like Avatar Bobby Hill.
I do.
Oh, we got to roll for scones.
Roll for scones.
I'll give you my dice as soon as we're done, so that
Okay.
you can roll for scones.
You can go first, Demi.
Oh, okay.
Jack also
well,
has
then
to-
you can.
Jack is gonna roll for scones too.
Well, you guys are gonna have to beat me. Here, take mine.
Are
Was
you
it a
gonna tell us what
19?
you
Yeah, it's
got?
19.
Oh my god. I got a 4. Jack got a 12.
Mm.
Oh,
Let's
here you
go. Let's go.
Pictures. These are nice.
Yeah, they're
That
Trent
is-
cut them
That
for
is
me.
a nice
Metal die.
D20.
3 scones.
Am I the scone winner?
Savannah's
You
the
are.
scone
I am
winner.
the scone winner.
Oh, I'm
Eat
glad that
that.
I got more scones than Trent, at least.
Yeah. I never have good scones. They're always either burnt, undercooked, or they have like a leg in them or something.
A leg.
They have human remains.
They have a snock in them.
Oh no.
Snock.
I would like to request a crescent specifically made of snock.
A crescent.
A scone. Why did I say crescent? What? It's
A croissant?
12:45. Croissant.
A croissant.
Jimmy's mom.
Getting the scone winner text up on screen.
Cool.
Scone
perfect.
winner.
Scone winner.
Jimmy's mom.
Hi, Jimmy's mom.
Coral.
Graphic design is my passion.
Graphic design is my passion. Let's do an overview real quick of all the things that we drew. First was our beautiful Dogecoin as an e-girl.
Yeah.
And then we went to Avatar Bobby Hill. Very cool.
I really like that.
And then we went to our friend Garphonic.
Garphonic.
And then we drew a smiling croissant. Quite happy. And then us is from a bird's eye view, except for the fact that I look very horrible. And then our friend the Snock.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great job as always, Savannah.
Thank you. Thank you guys
Fantastic.
for joining me once again.
Of course.
I guess
Oh, the audience?
thank you.
Oh.
Thank you for
Well,
allowing me to do this on your channel. And for anyone who might be listening, thank you as well. Appreciate it.
Emmy, one, thanks for being on, and two, thanks for letting me live adjacent to you.
You're welcome. Thank you for having. This was fun.
It's fun.
I could sit and just talk like this for forever.
We'll be sure to have
If
you
I'm
on again at
honest.
some
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
I would
course.
like that.
In the near future.
I would like that very much.
In that near future. On the goodbye screen, do I have? I do not.
You don't
audio,
have the-
audio just cut out for a second. I don't have an audio thing, so I was checking to see if we could say goodbye on the goodbye screen, but we cannot. So, without further ado, this was Doodle Day 4 with.
I forgot to change the number.
Oh no.
Well, they'll know.
Just put a 4 over the 3 real fast.
Yeah, scratch it
Okay,
out.
hold on,
with
hold on.
Red or like.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Good.
Yeah, that's good.
It's all right.
Sorry.
That'll be really funny on
Good. It's like a teacher graded your paper.
Yeah.
And was like,
This is
it's
the
not
wrong answer.
2020 anymore.
Take off 5 points.
Stop
for
writing that.
Calling it 2020.
Thanks for listening and hanging out. If you'd like to hear more, we're going to be on next week around the same time, probably 9 p.m., unless Bath.
Unless my bath
Bath.
store.
Yeah,
Bath.
bath time. So,
Pastime.
without further ado, this was Doodle Day 4 with Savannah
Trent.
and
And
Emmy.
Emmy.
And Snock, of course. So, thank y'all.
And Knuckles.
Y'all have a good night.
Have a good night.
Bye.